Are we?
Hello!
Hi.
Oh, thanks, Daniel, for the light and the share.
Man, Bo's shirt is amazing.
Ooh, thank you.
That's all I could see.
Has to wear it for work.
That's all.
He adjusted his camera. He adjusted.
Oh shit! Okay.
He hit the camera. No. I'm just gonna.
That's all it is.
Oh, hold on.
All chest.
Anyways, announcements.
Are we good? Are we ready? My beautiful children, are we ready to go?
Hi guys, we missed you.
His head's being cut
While
off.
Dylan's working on that, don't even look at Zach's shirt. I know it's very distracting. Just look at me and all the announcements
head off.
that I have to do.
Oh, he's massive. So, yeah, just
we know, but we're
it's fine.
talking something else.
I'm glad you said it, so I don't have to sound like an ass.
Welcome back to Iron Valor, where we're all adults. Some of us have snails. Some of those snails are in love. Various things happen. This particular volume of Iron Valor is Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a new module from Wizards of the Coast that we are playing through, exploring the world, having a groovy time. It's me, Deanna, and I got Dylan, I got James, I got Max, I have Raina, who's not here, breaking my heart. I've got Danny, and I've got Zax, and I counted to 6. That's all my players. I'm so happy to have them playing with me here tonight and evenings henceforth. I'm also excited to have all y'all with us, our blood gods, our benevolent givers of blessings and curses and luck, who watch with bated breath for the slugs to finally embrace each other upon the stage and otherwise influence the world. Love to have you here with us all. Fantastic to have you. While Dylan is distracting you all with the strobe of Zach's shirt, I'm gonna tour us through some of our announcements, and then I'm gonna be tossing it to, I believe it's Bo is gonna be doing our recap tonight, and then we'll get into the groovy stuff. So, all right, my first announcement is, of course, a shout out to our partner, Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. If you visit www.ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LYRE10, that's LYRE10, you can get 10% off. ninerealmsgaming.com. Check them out. Beautiful stuff. We also want to shout out Tabletop Audio at tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance and music that we use from time to time in-game. All of the audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games, but please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We at Ink and Lyre currently support him, and we encourage you to do so as well. And we'll put a link to his website in chat. I have great faith that it's in chat. Otherwise, we also want to give a shout out to Talespire, which is the virtual tabletop that we use for Iron Valor. You might be seeing things right now, and you'll be seeing some scenes throughout the evening that are built in Talespire. Good times, fun times. Also specific to Iron Valor, Valor tokens. If you're new here, that's new to you. Valor tokens are things that you collect by watching our streams, and you can use them to grant luck, to grant blessings to the party, to grant curses to their enemies. You gain Valor tokens by just watching the streams that we have on the channel, and you can use the command point commands to see ways that you can influence the game with all those beautiful tokens. Additionally, if you missed out on Ink and Lyre's Kickstarter, the pre-order store is now live. Yes, perfect. You can head on over to our pre-order shop and grab the Stargazer's Guide to Auroria and any of the awesome items from our Kickstarter campaign now at Command Pre-Order. You can check that out. Essentially, that's a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons 5e setting with a character creation system, Zodiac stuff, beautiful setting, lots of fun adventure hook stuff like that. It's fantastic, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. Finally, if you want to follow us on social media and see just how competent we are in our daily lives, you can use Command Socials to check out Ink and Lyre on all of our official social channels. Or if you want to follow the cast, you can use Command Iron Cast and follow the entire cast of Iron Valor. All right. I believe that's everything that I needed to scream about before we got started. Do we have everybody's face? How are things going, Dylan?
We're so faced up right now.
We're so primo. We're so primo.
Am I in the vote
yeah,
box?
Yeah, you're all the way. I can even see the shirt a little bit.
We got all our beautiful boys. I'm so glad. Well, now that we've got the important things taken care of, making sure that you can see the cheekbones and everything going on there, I'm going to toss this off to our good buddy, Bo, who's going to be giving us a recap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He sure is.
Okay, thanks, Bo. Why don't you take it away?
Okay.
Hello and good evening. I am Bowman, and I will be playing the role of Iron Valor Recapper. We decided we were going to throw our hats into the center ring and perform in the Big Top Extravaganza. we were determined to win the right to speak with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light about the disappearances around the carnival.
Last we left off, you had all just finished the snail riding competition. One of you had been medallioned, and you had heard the rising music of the Big Top Extravaganza rising in the distance. You get the idea you're going to need to start moving soon if you want to take part. But you have the idea if you want to talk to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, going through the competition and winning that Witchlight Monarch crown is probably the best way to get an audience with them.
There were fire breathers, dancers, storytellers, and even my old boss, Jake the Rat Man, doing some of the finest stand-up comedy I've ever seen. But then, something odd happened right before Jake's performance.
There is one performance left before yours. There was only one name before yours on the list. You see the guy in the rat costume that Lotus noticed earlier stand up, dust himself off, and he looks ready to go for the stage, and all the lights go out. Music stops. Everything is still and silent. You can hear some people start to murmur with each other after a moment, and then on that central stage, an orb of light, grayish light, almost foggy. There is one figure on the stage, besides a box, and it's a man, square-shouldered, dark, very white skin, painted on, a dark eyes, and sort of harlequin shapes along his sleeve. And he leans over to the box, his movement somewhat jerky, and he turns a key on its side. Ding, 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 ding. Delicate, almost, music box kind of music begins. And he unfolds open the box, again with that black and white checkered harlequin pattern, and pulls out another figure, a woman, slumped in his arms. And he pulls from the ceiling these long white strands of thread, hooks them to each of her shoulders, her elbows, and each of her joints. And along with the music, they begin to dance. Those of you who are interested in art and art interpretation might see, oh, this is kind of interesting. It's a weird vibe for the area, but they keep spinning around together, and she keeps pulling away as though she wants to leave, and he pulls her back. She keeps trying to break free of the dance, and he pulls her into it. She's a dancer. What she does is dance, and all she can do is dance. It's not long. It's not terribly bombastic. And at the end, he folds her back up and returns her to the box, closes it tight, turns to the audience, and then there's another shift of the light. It brightens slightly, and you can see at each of his shoulders and his joints and his knees and his ankles, he slumps, and he is supported by those same strings. And the lights go out, and the audience doesn't know exactly how to react.
What just happened?
Who was controlling them?
What happened to the rat man?
The lights come up slightly, and the rat man goes, "Ha! Okay, opening act, am I right?" He starts making his way to the stage. He'll take a second to get there.
Wait, that
didn't do that.
Sitting on earlier. Hell of an introduction. Pulls a little rock out of his pocket, taps it. It's an amplification rock, also known as a microphone. Tap, tap. This thing on. You know how rats fall for rat traps?
How?
It's a pretty cheesy setup. What's the difference between a fried rodent and an actor?
What?
One is a crisp rat, and one is Chris Pratt.
Is anyone enjoying these?
What did a little rat say? Funny. What did a little rat say to his mom when he saw a bat?
What?
Mom, I just saw an angel. All right, that's all the time I have. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Eleonora had the clever idea of retelling the story of Escargot and Snailette, with our own troop of racing snails. I made a centaur's promise that no harm would come to the snails during the performance, even though there was a death scene at the end.
We need to make them cry and laugh and gasp and just die in their seats, basically.
Oh, I know something like that. Let's see. When I was younger, I used to read quite a lot, and there was a play. Romeo and Juliet, I believe it was. We could do
What's
that. Well, it's a wonderful story about two star-crossed lovers, and their families don't like each other. They don't get along at all. But they fall in love, and then, well, they die, but it's all very sad.
Well, that sounds exciting. Let's do that then.
Yes.
I like the ending.
Are we? I promised I'd have these snails back in one piece. Are we actually going to kill these snails?
Absolutely not.
Next up to perform was Palasha the Mermaid. I guess she was the star singer and the favorite to win, but that just meant she was our biggest rival. Now, there's nothing wrong with a bit of friendly competition. And if a bunch of garbage was thrown into her tank while she sang, well, it could have come from anywhere, right?
Okay, 29.
You guys are just so successful. I need to start making things harder for you guys. You're just really good at everything. Just tell me how you'd like to destroy your patron's tank for when she gets back to it.
So
You are absolutely successful.
Sood props the wheel on the side of the tank, scrambles up to the side, and just starts takes the spoon that they normally use to like stir the water for her to make like the current, and just starts stirring in like trash. I take it Vincent probably hands them some like trash. So
Hucking you up just random things I've been finding.
putting in popcorn, pouring in like lemonade, and
There's somebody's shoe that I found.
somebody's shoe, and like dirt. Give me handfuls of dirt, just clumps of dirt, and throws it in there. He's having the time of their life, just like
With your
And,
29, Vincent, you can absolutely take somebody's shoe off their feet and hand it to Snudgach to put in that tank. Yeah.
Wait, do snails poop?
Mr. Light came down from his tightrope to name us the winners and give us our prize, the Witchlight crown. Our tour guide envied it the most. I didn't think the employees were able to officially win prizes, but he seemed pretty excited to have it.
Mr. Light looks down at you. Sweetheart, you get to wear it just a brief amount of time, but the kingship, the monarchhood, stays with you forever. Now, if you would take a seat, and appearing on the square in the center of the tent there is a golden throne. And you all can join in the front as well because you're all champions. He'll wave you to join, but only one of you can be crowned because there is only one crown. You're all invited to stand up on the stage with our good friend Snudgach. You all heading up there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Snudgach absolutely runs up, flops down in the throat, and his feet don't even touch the ground. That's okay.
Yeah, it's like a guild, very curly, covered in butterflies ornately. It almost looks like an organic shape of branches and butterflies that's frozen into gold, into a very stately chair with a velvet cushion that you sit on with your little feet dangling off the side. Unfolding, unfolding down from the booth where Mr. Witch is still sat and where Mr. Light is joining him is a red carpet. It folds down. If you remember that moment at Aladdin where the genie opens his mouth and the carpet comes out into stairs. It's stairs that are descending down from the booth. That Mr. Witch and Mr. Light descend together. You can now see Mr. Light is, again, stouter gentleman, fine suit, and he's carrying in his hands a box about yay big, kind of like if you've ever seen a chess box that's boarded up. It's only about this big, and it's in that harlequin pattern in bright colors that seems to be everywhere in the carnival. And he descends. He's got a little bit of a smile on his face. He's a little bit more serious than Mr. Light, who is still gesturing expansively and urging the crowd to applause for their champions. Couldn't have it here tonight without an audience to enjoy it. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. reaches you on the stage. The ladder comes right down to you. And Mr. Rich will speak to you directly. Well, Snutgach, I never anticipated seeing you here in happier climes.
Yes, well, we are an actual performing troupe now. And I want it fair, and we want it fair and square. And I did not steal it all.
Well, that's something we'll discuss later when we have drinks. It's a pleasure to meet you all, Witchlight playwrights.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's wonderful to meet you as well.
Yes.
One of you.
Hello. Right. Oh,
Okay.
good to see you. Sit down quietly, Pumpkin. I'm working on it. And he will open the box. Inside, I've got to stop referencing movies. I was going to say it's like in Pulp Fiction where there's light coming out of it. But the crown is this glistening golden circlet that's made out of butterflies spinning around each other that are frozen in gold. And he places it, or he holds it up. It catches the light of the witch-like staff that glistens across it, this disco light across the theater. You can see, Vincent, that your friend Madrick is looking at it and clapping along for you guys and very excited. The chickens are losing their fucking shit. Everybody's having a good time. The snails are watching you from the side. And Studgach, you will be crowned the Witchlight Monarch.
But with the competition out of the way, it was time for our real prize, a chat with the owners to find out about the mysterious disappearances. Join the Witchlight Playwrights next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to take part in our next adventure.
Are we?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi!
Hello. It's us.
Just trying to figure some stuff out.
We're doing so well. Reyna's paladin's inventory only had a flute in it. We're killing it.
And I'm playing as her, so that's great.
Welcome to Iron Valor.
Just to drag her while she's not here, because she can't defend herself.
Hey, shout out
welcome
to
back,
CJ though.
everybody.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna shout out to last campaign where I tried to play CJ's character and she had no combat spells. Which is great.
That's how you do it.
She had Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, she was a warlock.
That was
Eldritch
all.
Blast. That's all you use anyways. Calm down.
All you need. All right, well, as we return, if everything is all situated, where we last left off, you were all being, I suppose knighted would be the term, monarchs of the Witchlight Carnival, the big top performance, and the one who was crowned was our very own Snudgach, who you might notice has taken to crowning themselves this evening. You guys are currently flanked by Mr. Witch, who's a wider, stouter, darker gray skin, suit, pocket watch kind of guy to your left, and to your right, long, skinny, bendy Mr. Light, who's leaning over. And they give a bow to the audience, as you guys did as well, so they're uproariously applauding. Is there anything guys would like to do before these guys talk to you?
Yeah. So
Would you
Lotus Lotus is gonna real quick kind of look around and then turn around and you can see him fastening something around his neck. He turns back and you can see there's suddenly there's a choker there and he's like, I'm ready.
Right, great. Thank you all for attending tonight. There are refreshments out in the front and the rest of the carnival to peruse. And Mr. Light will turn to you all. Now, a little part of the prize is, of course, the crown, and of course, the accolades, and of course, the celebrity, which you're all already enjoying. But there's also, if you'd like to take the opportunity, a chance to kick back with Mr. Witch and myself, have a few drinks, discuss the goings-on, get to know the carnival a little bit better. You guys want to take us up on that?
Oh gosh, golly, would I?
I suppose we have time.
Yes.
We would love to take you up on that offer. Talk to the people in charge.
All right, fantastic. Not worrying at all. Mr. Witch is kind of staring a little bit out into space, and I believe, James, you have the highest passive perception out of everybody. Vincent does. So you would see in the far corner back there, there's the fish tanks full of snail turds, if I remember correctly.
Nice. I helped with that.
A little bit of trash.
You can see Jessica and Palasha are over there. Palasha is like midway being put back into her old tank, having an absolute snit. And you can see just out of the corner of your eye, you can see that Jessica is just doing some sort of sigil in the air. And I don't know how familiar you are with arcane arts, Vincent. Would you say that you're familiar with it or no?
I've seen it happen. I don't know too entirely much about it.
Okay.
Right now.
So just you would be catching Jessica's doing like this,
I beg,
and then Mr. Witch is
some magic.
doing something else in the air.
Maybe they're trying to clean up the mess with magic. That seems about right.
Right. Well, I'll deal with that later. Okay. Great. Fantastic. If you guys would come with me. You would see he kind of taps once on the floor, and unfurling from that balcony area where they were both seated before they had their booth. Believe I mentioned that they had come down on this same thing. This set of rug stairs that had unfurled down. Comes down again. You guys would like to come up? Come right ahead. And,
Yeah!
Mr. Witch will start leading you. Mr. Light is taking the rear, and they'll just lead you up to the booth.
Yes.
Jump off the throne. Swagger.
I don't like how we're being sandwiched here. They're like, it's like a prison march or something. Something weird
It's
happening
fine.
here.
We're celebrities.
And the crowd is still cheering for us, right, as we make our way up.
Yeah, the crowd is applauding. Some people are starting to disperse and grab drinks, but you can see Madrick, Vincent's buddy from earlier, gives you guys some applause, gives you a wave, and seems to be heading out. The chickens are doing a little bit of a chew.
Can we hear Palasha screaming, too?
You can definitely hear Palasha screaming. I just think it's an absolute outrage. I don't understand how someone can be abjectly cheating. This is clearly trying to get me killed. Sepsis is what you hear as you're...
We can only be so lucky.
And as you guys enter into the booth, it's a relatively small, cushy red chairs with ornate backs. They've got, you can see what had previously looked like the rod with a sort of pyramidal shape on top that seemed to be emitting light when the crowd is getting especially into things. You can see from a little closer up, the pyramidal shape is actually kind of like a series of butterfly wings. It's a really beautifully made little staff that Mr. Witch kind of catches in his hand as he gets up to the top there. And he taps the back wall of where the booth meets the tent, taps it, and is able to move through the wall. Would you guys like to follow him through, or are you staying in the booth?
He just walked through a wall?
Yeah, he just tapped it and said, come on.
Oh, yeah, I'm going
following.
in. Let's go.
I'm gonna try to like touch it, make sure it's never seen this before, then kind of walk on through.
Is Mr. Light like waiting for everybody to go through?
Yep, he's kind of leaning back against the edge of the booth.
God.
Lotus will kind of like linger and like eye him for a second before going through.
Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Uh-oh. That's called murder, everybody.
Excuse me?
What? I'm gonna roll in D&D Beyond because I can't.
That's absolutely fine.
I don't even have it open anymore.
Because we've been having a fun time with technical things this evening.
It's just there to be a pretty picture in the middle of the screen right now.
That'll be a 15 on insight.
Right, 15? You give him that little swagger and that little look, and he gives you... You're not fully sure what he means, but he gives you one of these. That's it. You can interpret that how you like. With a 15, you're not sure.
Damn it, I lost.
He's
I've
a
been
little
shot
bit hard
down
to
already.
read. He seems...
That's okay, I'll work on it. I'll work on it. Figure that out.
Are you all going to pass through?
Yes.
Yep.
I just dragged you in here. Essentially, they had a kind of little shortcut in the back of their booth so that they don't have to wander among the peons at the carnival. Those of you who work at the carnival would have been hearing for a while that they've been kind of private and secluded, not super easy to talk to for this last period of time. You've kind of heard the same thing from a couple people working here. And it seems that they've thingamajiggered out a way so that they can move from their booth at the big top right back to the staff area and tuck themselves away into one of these little Vardos here. So, you guys are just back there. Mr. Witch is waiting for you on the other side. Drinks, libations, anything they can do for you?
Yes, please.
Oh my, I would love a drink.
Alright, fantastic. Follow me. And he'll lead you to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's Vardo, which is just one of these here. You can explore at your leisure because most of the staff wagons are essentially the same. Even Mr. Witch and Mr. Light don't have an especially extravagant caravan. They're painted on the side. A lot of them are colorful or engraved or have lots of beer on the wall and all kinds of things, but nobody has one that's significantly fancier than others, except for Palasha's, but that's just because she needs to be able to navigate in and out of the river. Brings you in. Mr. Light will grab a couple of bottles of wine off the wall, uncork, and get you guys sat around.
They let you drink on the clock? He says over to Alistair.
Oh, I mean, like, can you really consider this on the clock? We just won a tournament. We're chilling. We're chilling.
I didn't know you could enter a tournament on the clock.
Oh, well, we're not just entering here, baby. We just won that shit. Am I right?
I mean, yeah.
I thought it was, I mean, you know, I was dreadful going in, but then towards the end, I mean, I saw people crying.
I mean, we provided entertainment. We should get a promotion.
I like the way you think, Snudgok.
Interesting thought. Interesting thought. Would you guys like a glass of wine? We have other refreshments if you'd like. We have nice wine with beer.
It's free, right?
I don't like the way you just said beer.
That case.
Can I get a bowl of like wine?
A bowl?
Oh, well, a bowl is bigger than a cup or a glass.
Oh my god, you're right.
You could just get a bottle.
Wait a second. Next time I go to a restaurant, I'm ordering a bowl of beer. Can I get a bowl of beer?
Bowl.
It comes in pints.
It comes in bowls?
Do you guys
want
have
a fish
meat?
bowl or a regular bowl?
Which one's bigger?
I could get a bowl the size of a fish bowl. It's more aesthetically, what are you going for?
The size of the mermaid's fish bowl?
Whatever's bigger, because if it's like a real fish bowl, it might remind me of Palasha, so it might make me a little nauseous. So,
all right, sure. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll be right back.
Wait,
if you have some mead, that'd be
wait,
great.
bring me the fanciest cup you have, please.
Fancy cup, mead, fish bowl, any other requests?
Do you have any wine for him and any carrot type alcohol? Maybe a honey carrot mead?
Otis
That'd be
mutters
pretty
something
good.
under his breath.
That's
You would, wouldn't you?
Mr. Light is going to head off kind of into a cranny at the back where there's kind of a kitchen set up. Mr. Witch is going to sit himself down on. They got like little poofs and benches in there that are down. So, how are you guys enjoying your evening so far?
This is one of the best days of my life, honestly.
Oh my!
I've been working at that restaurant for so long. I couldn't have asked for a more fun time at the carnival, honestly.
Fantastic. That is what we aim to do here. Fantastic.
We definitely deserve a raise.
You're funny,
You're two tour guides.
Thank you.
New faces here. I know Alistair. I've known you for quite some time. Snudgach, always a pleasure. Is this first time at the carnival? Are we having first time winners?
my
Oh.
first time here.
Oh.
no.
Bo,
Bo's
go ahead,
definitely
tell him,
winning
Bo.
over here.
About the performance we gave, it was
No,
it was
but
pretty
everything
good, if I
that
do
you've
say
won
so
so
myself.
far.
About you.
The spider, Bo, the spider.
Oh, the spider, of course, the spider. How could I forget about that?
Come on.
The spotlight was on us at the top of the tent because of the spider I won today. It was you have some good prizes here at the carnival. I'm surprised.
Oh, you shouldn't be surprised. We're the best in the business.
Of course.
No. You there. What's your name? He's looking at you, Lotus.
I'm Lotus.
Good to meet you. I'm Mr. Witch.
I presume.
You said you've been here before. Couldn't hold yourself back from coming, huh?
You could say that. I'm looking for someone that came with me last time.
Lost love.
No, my brother. I haven't seen him since your last carnival 8 years ago, so
Really? Well, that
I
is
was actually hoping to talk to you guys about that and see if you could help me.
Mr. Witch is gonna lean down on his knees a little bit, but before he can say anything, Mr. Light comes back with a fishbowl, bottle mead, bottle wine. My gosh, what were yours? Bottle mead, bottle wine, fishbowl, very
Good
fancy
luck.
glass, a series of other nicer glasses. They're just kind of
All right.
floating around him. The bottle of wine, he kind of sweeps his fingers and will start to pour out into the regular glasses and into that fancy goblet. There's the bowl is full of. Did you want it with the mead or did you want it with the wine? What were you looking for, Pumpkin?
Both.
Both. Fantastic taste.
Lotus sours his face.
What were you kids getting on depressing subjects? I see there's your fishbowl. I want to hear about what's the most exciting thing other than the performance this evening. I'm sure you guys have been having a great time. Loved hearing Bo the Magnificent, is that right? Loved hearing about that. Why don't we spin back in that direction?
Well, the best thing, you mean the best thing we saw other than us and that show you just gave us with the bottles? That was pretty impressive.
It was fantastic. I always enjoy seeing great performers like yourself. You really have the chops for it. If any of you are considering life in the carnival.
Are you guys hiring? Life in the carnival sounds pretty
Always hiring.
interesting.
How
Yeah,
is
talk
life
about
in
Consider
the
that
carnival?
my resume.
I look over to Alistair and Snudgaff. How is life in the carnival?
It's great.
Insight check.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
it's
I
just
don't
so
need
much
insight check for
fun
that.
every day.
It might be one of the best decisions I ever made.
How long ago did you make that decision?
8 years ago.
Oh,
That tracks.
Might have been
So-
the best decision I was ever forced into.
Oh,
We're
Forrest.
always happy to see your face, Pumpkin. You're really a shining star here.
Anybody want to insight check that? No.
I'm down for it. Insight check, let's go.
Believe them. They're great.
wait a second.
Wow.
You
6
inside
out of
checking
30.
Mr. Light?
Yeah. That's
I
a
mean, if these
16.
two say it's the best decision they've ever made, I'm down. Down to join up.
That's something we could discuss at length if you like.
Anything get me out of the restaurant.
But tonight is not about business. Tonight is about pleasure. How is your fishbowl? How is everybody enjoying themselves? And what was your insight check, Max?
That was a 16.
Mr. Light is difficult to read. Let me check
God,
something.
he's so
here.
amazing. I mean, what?
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, good.
You
He's
wouldn't- you
difficult
wouldn't
to
know.
read. He is very handsome. He smells really good close up.
I'm being distracted.
He does seem to consciously be pushing the conversation in certain directions. And he does seem to be enjoying needling Pumpkin a little bit, getting a little bit in with the knowing how they're feeling. But that's all that you're really getting outside of life. He just wants to have a nice night.
Okay. I would like to try and get a read on Mr. Witch now, because Mr. Witch seemed to almost want to talk about business for a second.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, they're getting better as it goes. 18.
18. All right. Mr. Witch, when you started talking about wanting to talk to him about something, he did lean forward a little bit and raise his eyebrows. And there was almost a little bit of a tug of a smile at the corner of his mouth. He's been friendly, but a little bit less flamboyant than Mr. Light, probably. It seems a little bit more rehearsed, but he seemed genuinely interested in talking more about that subject.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So they're not both crazy. I like it. He'll sip on his meat and contemplate for a moment. Let other people talk.
It's bubbly. Very carroty, because that was what was requested.
Yeah.
Y'all have
Perfect.
any food?
Who put carrot in this?
Yeah, do you have food?
I'm starving.
Me too.
We can order for something from the front if you like. Normally we have this kind of potluck situation back here. Is there anything particular we could get going for you? I can call for Jess.
Jessica, huh?
Oh, never mind.
She looked pretty busy.
Yeah, Jessica looked really busy.
Is there something else that you would request someone else to bring the food for you?
I was hoping maybe you would.
You want me to go get food?
Well, you grab the drinks. It only makes sense that you'd also grab the food, right? Like,
This evening is about you and your pleasure.
that it is.
Make a persuasion check.
Power play over here.
Separate them.
Oh, fuck, it's an 11.
No, there have been
It's
better
about you
rolls.
and your pleasure, but I do want to remind you, you are in my carnival.
And you work for me.
Alright, so we've got sweets, pastries, I can call for a corn dog. We have some fancier stuff later on in the evening if y'all are interested.
All of it.
I was hoping
All
about
of it.
Cotton candy.
tiger
hot
steak.
dogs. Tiger steaks. What's yeah, tiger steaks.
Absolutely, I'll get that working for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Mr. Light. We'll have if you hire me, I'll be a much more respectful employee than these other two.
Whoa.
That being said, do you have any oats?
I can absolutely get some oats for you, sweetheart. That is something that I can do. Good kid, you're a sweet kid. Signals in the air. It's not something out.
Yeah, Bo. Maybe you could like be an assistant to Palasha. How would you like that? It's lots of fun.
You mean she'll teach me more how to perform and sing and stuff? I can perform a little
Absolutely.
bit already.
She's won the crown many times.
Maybe that sounds like a good idea. Ooh. Something to consider. If I was hired, I'm gonna make sure they're listening. If I was hired,
Well, nothing to do to dissuade you. We are very impressed by your performing abilities, but it is a very large commitment to commit to a life at the carnival, and I'm sure you all have things that you want to be doing.
Well,
Yes.
I think if he was hired, he'd be really quick at bidding food for people. Like, look at all those legs. Strong horse legs to get food. It'd be really good. Better than Jessica, no doubt. Jessica's not very good at anything.
well, I wouldn't want to take Jessica's job.
No, please do.
Or
Oh, that's
maybe something more along the lines of
yeah.
singing and dancing,
Oh,
putting on a show for people, something like that.
You're a great performer, but normally people work their way through the ranks a little bit more. I mean, how long have you been here, Pumpkin? You've been here a good long time, and I think this is the first time I've ever seen you perform.
24 years? Yeah.
Wow, Pumpkin. That's some real seniority. You should be very proud.
I looked up how long centaurs live. Centaurs live.
that's what I was doing too.
Never performed before because, well, inspiration never struck, but it did strike tonight with these people, which is why we won.
Exactly. There's a knock at the door.
Jessica?
I imagine that'll be Jessica. I'll be, Mr. Witch, do you want to get that? No, I'm fine. Okay.
I can get it if you want.
Would you? That's so sweet.
Oh, why not? He'll stand up and go to answer the door, kind of flipping his cape and exposing the choker again.
Better watch out. That one likes to run away.
Does.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, it was only talking about 2 seconds into the carnival before we completely lost track of them.
All right, but you guys aren't alone in the carnival, right? You've been sticking together.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
We make sure
For
of
the
that.
most part.
Yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't want them to end up in the lost and found.
Yeah.
Witchlight. They're having a good evening. We don't need to be scaring them with anything, right? I'm sure there are things they'd rather be talking about, right?
Maybe
What
you
brought
do
you
need
the
to scare
carnival
them.
tonight? All right, I'm gonna hip scop jump. That's English. Over to Lotus. Essentially, you go to the door.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna open it up and just head out and check out what's going on out there.
Gonna open it and like see if there's anybody there first.
Yeah, Jessica is fully there. Clipboard to her chest, heels sinking into the grass. Hi.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I need to talk to Mr. Witch or Mr. Light immediately.
But you're bringing us food.
Yeah, no, that's also in progress. I promise that you are getting food, and I hope that you're having a wonderful experience here today. However, I do need to speak to upper management, so if you could pass that along, that would be great.
Okay. Shuts the door in her face. He comes back in. I don't really like her.
Aw, where's the food?
I'm
She didn't even
starving.
have the food.
Oh, of course, Jessica.
She said she wanted to talk to you two, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Right, well, I don't know if we really have time for that right now. We're entertaining guests, but Mr. Witch, if you wanted to take it... No, it's fine. Why don't you take it? Okay. Okay.
I could just tell her to leave.
No, I'll be just a second if you guys...
Yeah.
You guys
Okay.
are good on drinks and everything? I'll get her to
Oh, yeah.
start on the food. Okay.
I mean, we
Hurry
could just
back.
talk amongst ourselves if you both want to go.
Well, I'm sorry we won't be leaving you in our personal quarters alone right now, Pumpkin. I'm sure you know why. But I'll be right
Couldn't
back.
imagine.
Oh, everyone does.
Right back.
Mr. Light will look over his shoulder, give you a look, and head on out to the front to deal
Insight
with whatever's
check.
up with Jessica. Okay.
I'm gonna read this man eventually.
You're gonna
That's
read this man
That's
eventually.
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Oh
He's
my
ramping.
gosh.
He's ramping.
I'm aging. My insight is aging like a fine wine. Let's go.
He he does seem amused by you all. He seems to be having a good time. He actually seems to be kind of throwing a little bit of a look to Bo over there, who seems especially eager to please. He also seems genuinely irritated with Mr. Witch and the way that Mr.
I knew that already.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to want to leave you alone with Mr. Witch, but he's hoping to move through this quickly.
You're damn right he does. That's why I was trying to get him out of here.
I think that was the idea.
Finish the fishbowl, slam it down. Wait, weren't we here for something, guys? Weren't we supposed to, like, ask them something?
Oh, that's right.
Lois is gonna approach Mr. Witch and kind of like lean down because he's seated, so he'll just kind of like pop a spot and be like, "So we needed to talk to you guys about something kind of serious.
Right.
We've been told that there's a lot of people going missing at your carnival, and we think that might be of some concern to you."
If that was so, that would be very concerning to me, yes.
Because we could take care of that for you. If you were interested,
That's something you're interested in doing, if that were to be the case.
solving your problems. Anything to rise up the ranks a little bit faster.
Wait, did you know about it? I mean, the disappearances?
Well, no, of course. This is the first that I'm ever hearing about it.
Insight. Man's lying.
This is just crazy.
21.
He's ramping.
Doing it.
not only does it seem like he's being dishonest, it doesn't seem like he's trying very hard. He's just like saying, no, of course I haven't heard about it.
Well, I mean, it's a shame that you haven't heard about it, because it's definitely happening. My brother's one of them, so I would like to try and find out what exactly is going on here.
I have a question for you, Lotus, and I don't mean to be insensitive at all or cast any aspersions on the character of yourself or your very darling, I'm sure, brother. Did you happen to be here without a ticket?
When we came last time?
Yes.
I mean, we didn't really have any money back then.
No, understandable. No. In no way am I trying to shame you or make you feel like you committed a crime or an act of thievery against myself and my carnival. That's not what I'm trying to do. But if what you're saying is so, that you came without a ticket and then you lost your brother, there are certain things that the carnival can do and certain things that the carnival can't. Carnival can't protect those who aren't here honestly.
Is that the Lost and Found that they keep mentioning?
Oh, I can promise you that he wouldn't be at the Lost and Found, that's a certain.
So what are you trying to say?
Am I saying something? I don't think I'm really saying anything at all. More wine?
It's not hard to see that Lotus is slowly becoming pissed off. His eyebrows are coming together and he's kind of like becoming a little bit less cool and collected.
Did someone say more wine? More wine.
More wine, please.
Well, there have been other disappearances too. And what if they paid to get in the carnival and they still disappeared?
I can tell you that wouldn't be possible. But you're starting to ask the right questions, Pumpkin.
I am? Oh. Oh, hey! Who is it that Dia was looking for?
What?
I barely remember who that was.
Yo, you
don't remember the horse person?
Yo, can we get
lady.
Can we get a history check?
That we borrowed the snails from?
Eleonora.
I'm not telling y'all
How dare you
shit.
forget her?
What? I don't know. Was she looking for someone in
I
specific?
just
or
remember
did
she had mushrooms on her tongue.
Yeah, did she ever tell us? I thought
She couldn't
she
tell
was
us.
just telling us that like people were missing.
Mm,
And
yeah.
like you might be able to find out more if you talk to the right people. I'd start with these guys, I think is what she said.
So, Mr. Witch, it's safe working. It's safe working here, right? Like the employees are 100% safe.
Yes, I
They're
would
here
like-
honestly.
Do you feel safe, Alistair Pumpkin?
I mean,
Absolutely.
safe as in, right?
Insight
Like, I
check.
don't feel like
Oh, safe.
You are under the protection of the carnival.
That's a 23 on that insight check.
You are ramping up.
Yeah, I'm starting to
Increase.
He's
Get it higher.
He's
D&D Beyond likes me.
The way that he's responding to a lot of your questions, your 23s are very, very good. The way he's responding to a lot of your questions, he seems amused by you guys. He seems fairly ready to share information, and he seems to try to be steering you towards certain questions. And that's kind of what you're getting from him. He doesn't answer things entirely truthfully necessarily, but he's nudging you in directions. I'll say at this moment, the door at the front comes open, lights. Okay, Mr. Witch, you are the one who's in charge of the more let's call it the less fun sides of human management. Let's call it the talking with people who are ready to walk, or people who are ready to swim, or whatever you might want to say. So if you wanted to trade places, I think now might be the time to do so. If I could have just a moment. You guys want to do anything, or are you letting go on?
Well, what exactly happens when you don't get escorted in the carnival? Like, I know you guys said not to, but like, theoretically, if someone did happen to roam off in the first 2 minutes, like, what are the dangers they might encounter?
Well, that's an interesting question. It's not an interesting question. It's not something that you have to be concerned about right now, Mr. Witch. If you could just head on out. Thank you very much.
Just one more question before you leave. So the employees can't get cursed under the protection of the carnival. Like no mushrooms or anything growing on tongues. I saw that once. Maybe it was a talent.
The employees are free to make their own decisions and make their own deals. I'll be right back. Yes, thank you. More wine, more food. I'll send somebody else for the food because it looks like Jessica's really just a mess. Okay, sorry about this.
I could have told you that.
I'm sure you could have, yeah. I'm not usually this frazzled. It's just been a little bit of a weird time. He'll be right back. I'm sure you were having scintillating conversation.
True.
What is that word?
He's a conversationalist.
What is
Scintillating?
Scintillating?
I find your conversation scintillating, Alistair. Take that however you like.
Oh, thank you.
He's fully gonna take a bottle of wine off the wall and start swinging.
Oh, I see. We just don't use
food
glasses. Huh?
I've always wanted to ask this of you, Mr. Light, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what's up?
Where are you from?
That's a funny question. I'm from the carnival.
I mean, like, before the carnival. You weren't born in the carnival, right?
Or only a persuasion check.
You got this! You got this!
Oh, well, that. Alright, got a 3. Anyone like to bless me?
You are not ramping.
You are de-ramping.
That's what we call a decline.
Oh, look, I got
Hey,
it!
look!
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
So I re-roll again? Is that how that works?
You can re-roll if you like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another one!
Woohoo.
Don't tell me.
Are they ramping?
Don't tell me a third one.
Okay,
Ramping?
9.
ramping?
Should I do it again?
Wait, we ramped.
Hey, you are ramping.
More luck.
There's nowhere to go but up.
Should I do it one more time? Yeah.
She
You
lets
can do whatever you like.
I mean, we gotta know this, guys.
It's true.
15.
Indeed ramping?
Ramping!
15.
My persuasion is aging like.
Oh, another luck!
Thanks, guys.
All of your luck is used on this one question.
On this one, but it could be important, guys.
It
Yeah.
probably is.
That's
I'd
an
like to know.
interesting question, Pumpkin. Why do you want to know?
I was just curious, like everybody's got a backstory here, and it's usually pretty interesting. But I've never heard it from you or Mr. Witch. And well, you just have a thing about you, like a
flamboyancy, an air,
yeah, like that.
an aura.
Thank you very much. I do work hard on my aura.
You're very mysterious,
Thank you.
but in a good way, I guess.
Yeah. Well, very perceptive, you little pumpkin. Yeah, we're not from around, well, here, obviously, the material plane. Not from the Feywild either. We're from, a ways away, let's say. Not from the same place the carnival is, if you get my drift.
So like really far away.
Yeah, I would say that. If you can think of the opposite of the Fey, we're probably from there.
It doesn't sound. Alright.
Yeah,
Anyone who's proficient in Arcana can roll a check.
Proficient in Arcana.
And they're like, 15 isn't high enough for him to give it to you, but he'll kind of answer the question.
The opposite. I know what this is.
I'm proficient in Arcana. Let me give it a shot.
Out of
Ah,
game.
knock yourself out.
I got a 17.
17. Did anybody else roll?
I am not proficient.
Me neither.
Just Bo. Bo, from your understanding, Arcana-wise, you have some idea of the planes. Like, you've traveled with some people who've told stories before about, like, oh yeah, this one time I jumped into the celestial plane and it was fucking crazy. And so you have some understanding that there are separate planes from the material plane, and sometimes they reflect each other, sometimes they're totally separate.
Or say, learned all about it in herd school.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In Herdsville, they taught you about it. You know a little bit about the Feywild. You know that the carnival is connected to it, that it's a Fey carnival, and you have some idea that there's an opposite of the Feywild. While the Fey reflects the material plane with life and joy and madness and creation, there's another place that reflects it in shadow and darkness and sadness and glumness, and it's often called the Shadowfell.
Mr. Light, are you? You know, I don't meet people from it, but you're too happy to be from the Shadowfell. You can't be serious right now.
That's very sweet of you. The carnival has a good effect on you after a while.
I'll say.
Yeah. No, we've been traveling with the carnival for quite some time, and we've gotten a lot of good out of it. You all are having a good time?
Oh yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like,
absolutely.
I don't know. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, go ahead, Pumpkin. What do you have to say?
Well, it's just, I don't know much about the Shadowfell, but I guess when you first got here, from what I remember, you've seemed happier since you've stayed a lot longer.
Yes.
Except,
Listen, as far as you know, I've been here forever. We've got that, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. It just seems like we don't see you as much out anymore. You're like shut up in your caravan all the time. You used to be out and about with the crowd all the time. Like, are you like worried about something happening?
I'm not worried about anything that you should be worried about. All I want for you guys is to have the best night of your lives, as Bo was saying earlier. Get out in the morning, safe and sound. Obviously, Snugga, Alistair, you're going to be safe and sound in the next plane with us. Don't worry about a thing. I would recommend that you leave alone things that ought to be left alone. And that's all I have to say. I'm not trying to stir anything up. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you here with us, and once the food gets here, we'll all chow down and it'll be lovely.
Hey, you said you're not from where the carnival is. Where exactly is the carnival from? I should probably know this.
It's a Fae carnival, Alistair.
It comes from the Fae?
Yes,
all right.
it comes
I was just
from
making
the
sure.
Fae.
I should know this, but I didn't.
It's the Fayest of Fae carnivals.
Do, Alistair, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oh, hell yeah. History check me, dude.
Yeah.
We're good at these. Ooh, we
Have you been
ramping?
spending time with the other people at the carnival?
A natural 20?
A natural 20.
I'm ramping.
Austin knows all, man.
You have this realization as the door knocks, and I'll deal with that in a moment. Essentially, you've spent some time. You don't really. Do you hang out with other people at the carnival, or are you mostly like sidling along with your corn dogs in back alley kind of vibe?
We're kind of like if I see somebody and like I think it might be beneficial to be their friends, like I'm not gonna ignore them, but like I don't go out of my way to like Jessica, like on duty, like I'm there to talk to you, girl, but off duty, like stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so essentially, at one point or another, you were sidling along some alleyway, ignoring people, having yourself either a Fae cigarette or a corn dog or whatever you partake in between your shifts. And you overheard some of the folks who've been here for a long time having a whispered joking conversation, drinking. There's an old it's kind of a legend, kind of just gossip that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light won the carnival from somebody or other, and that it used to be under more Fae control, and that there's some whole drinking thing that went through with it, and that's kind of like the that's what the carnival thinks it comes from. The employees here tend to joke about it coming from gambling, and you would know that story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Interesting knowledge I've acquired.
All right. Door knocks. 2 gnomes laden with absolutely everything from the carnival, because you ordered absolutely everything. Got in churros, entire turkey legs, big. There's pumpkins full of beer, like you saw people drinking in from the front. All kinds of absolute stuff just spread out on the table for you guys. Churros in those little paper bags. Is there anything else that we can get for you guys, or is this gonna be enough? Because we kind of just went around and got 3 of everything. Is that? Oh, hi, Alistair. Hi.
Oh, hey, did you bring the tiger steak?
Tiger steak. Did we bring the tiger steak?
Oh
No,
my goodness.
No. I can go grab that.
No, don't even worry.
Wait.
No.
There's 6 of us. Why'd you only grab 3 of everything?
I have very small arms.
There's actually 7. There's a dog right there.
Yeah, okay. I'll go grab a second.
That's true. My dog is he deserves one of everything too.
Danny, I'm putting you officially in charge of the dog. The dog is yours.
Here, Clyde. I'm gonna give him a pumpkin of beer.
Yeah. Clyde full on just sticks his entire old dog face into the pumpkin and goes. Teeny and I will go grab, 4 more of everything.
Yeah.
Tiger steaks.
Let's go fast. I'm starving.
Mr. Witch is kind of having if you could, Mr. Light, Mr. Witch are gonna fucking join up at the door. They're gonna have a whispered conversation for a minute while Teeny and Tiny, the little gnomes, are jogging off. You got your full thing of food. 2 owners are standing at the door. You guys want to talk to each other, or what would you like to do?
No, can I eavesdrop?
Yeah, can we do a little listening?
do a little listening.
All right.
Hey,
how subtle are you guys trying to be about this?
Me and Bo it seems like me and Bo might be having a fake mock conversation while not talking to each other at all, and instead listening on theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna
like,
casually
we're
stand over here.
We're friends. We're talking.
Of course, we've known each other all of 10 minutes. It's like best friends at this point.
Best friends. I'm telling them all about the carnival and how it's a great place to work.
Okay. I'm gonna need a performance check. I'm gonna need somebody to do a performance check and somebody to do a perception check.
Well, let's see. Bo,
I'll do the performance.
Oh, you're not good at those either, huh? Perception?
Anyone can do the perception check.
I got a +1
Anyone
perception.
can?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the perception.
I got you, bro.
Anyone? Oh, okay. I got +5 performance. I'll perform.
Is
I'm
anybody
a performer.
assisting me?
We can assist,
Perform,
right?
I'll do the.
Yeah, you can assist. You can assist each other.
I'll look
All right,
real hard.
I'm also gonna guidance. Oh my god, everything is horrible.
ramping.
I'm ramping.
It's going the wrong way.
I've got a 19 on performance.
You got a 19? Okay, fantastic. What's that perception check?
That perception check's gonna be.
Wait, you're doing the
15.
perception?
I think.
Okay.
Oh, it's got a little bit.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
also
know what's
gonna luck
happening
it.
anymore.
I'm just gonna eat
Wait, that's the wrong one. It's the same score. Oh
16.
my god, what's happening?
and stare at the door.
Never mind. Go ahead, Bo.
Someone just hit me with
16 perception.
Thank
16
you.
perception. Okay, so you guys
With the
are
guidance and
chatting on
everything.
your merry conversation. It's
Mhm.
pretty convincing.
Mhm.
And those of you who are actively eavesdropping, either while you're talking or while you're eating churros, will get a little bit. Essentially, a good chunk of the whispered conversation is Palasha is being a lot right now, and that is something that we will have to deal with, or else she is going to come here. But it's also, it was 16 with your perception check, right?
How is she gonna get here exactly?
Exactly.
Rolling up. I'm about to roll up on him.
Drag herself like
Rolling down.
Rolling up. Army
She'll
crawling.
convince somebody to wheel her over. You said it was a 16 total, right?
Yes.
You overhear Mr. Light saying, I just don't see why they have to be a part of this. And Mr. Witch replies something along the lines of, well, we were told. And that's all that you get. Sorry, guys, we're,
Mr. Light, there's a problem here. You know, we're more than happy to solve your problems for you. You know, it's all
If
about.
there's any problems, we can solve them on our own. I'm sure it's absolutely fine.
Give us a chance to prove our adaptability and reliability and
our
people
loyalty.
skills and
Loyalty, yeah.
brand loyalty.
Loyalty.
Roll a persuasion check.
Wait, what are we loyal to?
Oh, you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
Persuasion, you said, right?
Yep.
Persuasion, yeah.
All right.
You haven't had a choice
Persuade
for the
that
last
man,
24 years.
Ramp
It's
on him.
not starting
Ramp
now.
on him.
16.
16.
Yeah.
He's ramping
Persuasion.
just sideways.
Yeah, it's a sideways grab.
It's like a
Consistent.
not a slope.
Consistent.
He's
Mr.
plateauing.
Light. Mr. Light is about to shake his head and say no again, but Mr. Witch puts his hand on his shoulder. They're allowed to ask questions, and there are some things that have to happen, you know? Why don't you go talk to Palasha? I've got this. Mr. Light gives him a look and looks at all of you. Yeah, go ahead and insight check.
There's a half joke, but let me do
Okay, for sure.
I mean, you don't
Did
have
someone say insight?
it. I did.
All right, I'm not
8.
ramping. That's a 12.
13.
Oh, we all
8,
doing this?
12, 13.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
it, man.
I mean, we're all looking at it.
Oh, let's go. Wham! I'm ramping.
My insight.
Hey, can I guidance that?
I'm not ramping.
Are you putting your hand to your chest and casting a spell as you stare at this man?
That's a terrible idea.
Ooh. Are you?
I got a. What did I even roll? Someone help. I can't see the chat. What did I roll? Is it 11?
No.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Did any of you roll above a 17?
Not this time.
All right.
This
Wait
is
for
a
me. I
hard
gotta
man
ramp
to
again.
read. 17.
I gotta ramp again.
Looks,
Give me
he's
a
very
moment.
handsome, and he has a very thick layer of paint on his face. And the look he gives you all first, he kind of shakes his head, looks to Mr. Witch, looks at all of you, looks considering. He's looking at you. His gaze lingers for a second on Alistair. Put the shit out of Palasha's tank. Well, I'll be back later for drinks if y'all are still interested. I do hope.
I am.
I'm always interested in drinks.
More drinks.
Before I head out, he's going to kind of push past Mr. Witch and go to that back kitchen area, and he's going to take down 2 little bottles of wine. And they're relatively small, about this big.
Oh.
He's going to pass one to Bo, and he's going to hold one out to you, Lotus. They should, they'll help you have a good evening, in case, in case you need something to pick you up. All right, well,
Thanks.
yeah, of course.
And
That's what does the label say? I'm not looking at the label.
It says Witchlight wine, and it's faintly sparkling on the inside. It's kind of like a lavender liquid inside of a clear glass bottle. Nice cork, beautiful curling vines along the label. Save it for a difficult time, I guess.
it's
Okay.
wonderful, thank you.
Put it in my saddlebag.
Maybe I can see you later as well. I hope.
I hope so too. And I'll
Oh.
kind of wink at you.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness.
Ooh, snap.
Insight check.
What? Oh my
Roll an
goodness.
insight check, yeah. This is the
Ramping.
insight check
22.
Oh, he's ramping.
Yeah.
22? Yeah, it's flirtatious.
Happen.
Oh yeah, that's what.
Something
I mean,
about his tone.
Is it real?
Something about his tone. Let me see with a 22 with Mr. Light.
Does he mean it? How much
He's
love
winking
was
at you.
behind it?
It's flirtatious. He does want to see you
Love.
later. Part of it, you know that there's 2 ways that could be read. It could be, I hope to
Mhm.
see you later, and I hope I do see you later.
Not
And you're
to
feeling like
realize.
it's a little bit of both.
Oh my god. Okay.
Not to like beat the shit out of you, more just like, I hope you're around.
I'm in danger.
Head on out.
I'm gonna head out.
But
You're
no,
heading
he's
out?
heading out.
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh god. Bye.
you want?
Seems awful.
Lotus
idea.
will stow the wine and kind of make his way to the corner, and brood a little bit.
Right. Well, sorry about all the interruptions this evening. There's been quite a bit going on. Can I have a churro? Is that fine? Thank
No.
A
You.
little bit too late.
Oh my god.
No, there's only
There's
3.
only 3.
Maybe
Two.
just start to eat again.
They're bringing more.
I hurry and grab a
Patsy
churro.
and Tiny and Tiddlebit are on their way.
You can have mine.
That's very sweet of you.
I'll
both.
take yours.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Snowgagger. You can get the last
I
one.
wasn't giving. You were getting less cute by the second, Snowgagger.
Pumpkin's always adorable. They can get away with anything.
See about that.
Anything?
And
So, Mr. Witch, we were just talking to Mr. Light, and we were just wondering. Right, guys?
All right.
Of course, about the
About the
just about
thing.
the
Well, you were
disappearance.
always so happy when you came here, but you've
Oh,
been
no,
a little nervous lately. Is there a reason?
Does it have to
Is
do
there
with
a
how you
reason-
gambled away the carnival? I heard you gamble. You want to gamble? Are they coming back for it? Did you cheat?
How could you ever say that I would cheat?
You would never
Easily.
cheat, right?
Right?
Well,
That's
that
like
was a
against-
long time ago. It was a long time ago. And the carnival is in very good care now. In our capable hands. Mr. Light is usually quite a bit less
For
up
dazzling.
in-
I mean, yeah, it's always in good care. That's how we notice when things are like a little off, you know?
You think things are off,
A little bit, yeah.
and that's something you want to pursue. Of your own free will, well, choosing this.
I am.
Yeah, I mean, we want to see what's wrong.
We're happy to help with all of your problems. You know, we're very reliable.
But I mean, we would like to know what it is first, right?
Yeah, let's not jump into it.
If it gets me closer to my brother.
Roll a persuasion check. It would have to be a Bo, Snudgach, or Alistair. Were you part of that?
I asked him about his gambling problems.
Okay. Any of you three can roll a persuasion check. 2 of you, or 1 can assist another person.
Who's good at persuasion?
I think I got a 5.
I just got a 7, so
Oh, I got a +5 to persuasion.
I'm gonna help Alistair
Does that mean I get advantage?
by being cute.
Okay, you got cute again.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on.
Ramp.
That's. I'm. 1 second. I can only go uphill with this luck.
Come on, Alistair, go, do it.
Ramp. Oh, let's go. 24.
24! You're
Not bad.
asking excellent questions. There might be something to do with the gambling, and there might be something to do with keeping a hold of what you've already won. You understand where I'm going?
Oh, indeed.
There might be certain things that I might not be able to talk about, but certain places that you could go to find out more.
Where are these certain places?
The Fae?
More fantastic questions.
Is
There are
it the
many
Fae?
places- What was that?
Was it the Fae? Didn't you gamble with the Fae or something?
Well,
Sorry.
that would be a magnificent answer if that was the case. Yes, that's an interesting point. There are certain things that I can't speak about quite clearly, so I apologize if I'm being obtuse. However, I will
You're
help you
explaining
as
very
best
much.
I can if you ask the right questions. I know
Where do
that
we
there's
need to go?
places that you're supposed to be tonight.
Okay, so like you're worried
There's for
about
me.
losing the carnival.
Personally, yes, and that's part of the reason why I can't speak to you about things in a clear way.
Are you being watched currently?
Now, that would be interesting if that was the case, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Insight check. Pretty sure I know the answer, but insight check. We're 18.
They in the carnival?
They can come in and out if they like. There are many folks who can come in and out of the carnival if they like.
But I thought it was protected.
But the carnival is from the Fae, which means that part of it always exists in the Fae.
You could say something like that. Do you remember the song earlier this evening that old man sang with the guitar?
Mm-hmm. Very ominous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was about that puppet show too?
Yeah, the puppet show was also very strange.
Weird.
Quite odd. Quite odd indeed. Well, I quite enjoyed how he sang about a domain within the Feywild called Prisme. Do you remember that bit of the song? I remember that bit of the song. I don't mean to bring up things out of anywhere, but, you know, if there was a domain called Prismia that might be able to enter in and out of the carnival, and people could come and go as they wished, it'd be quite interesting.
If there was a domain called Prisme where people could come and go as they wished, where would this portal be?
Be quite close by. I think it would be within the carnival itself if it was made to be that way. More importantly, and the best way that I can speak about it would be sometimes places come under new management and less friendly people come in and out the doors.
Theoretically, if we handled the new management, what kind of reward would we get?
Oh, I don't want you to handle the new management. I'm not suggesting you do anything like that.
Of course not.
No, we like the new management, the people who are currently in charge of the carnival. But if we were to, you know, deal with the people who's in charge of the carnival's problems, they would give us a headlining act in some of next performance or something.
But wouldn't that be a worthy reward?
I think it would be.
Persuasion.
Ew.
Yeah, what?
Oh,
11. Let's go.
11.
11. I need the luck now, guys.
Too late.
He does not.
That's a very sweet idea. We could certainly have you in for an audition.
Hey, he's got some
I
luck.
got it. Hey, I got it. In the chat.
This is
right now.
He's
Come
desperate.
on.
Gamble all away.
Now won that time.
Just like the carnival.
An audition sounds nice.
We should definitely arrange for an audition. What is it? Lotus, was it? Do you have something to say?
I mean, if we were to help you, could I... Well, yeah, theoretically, I guess. If we were to help you, could I maybe theoretically get some help from you and find the person I've lost?
My dear boy, I do believe if someone was to get lost at the carnival, they might have tripped themselves in through the very same sort of door.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that why people aren't allowed to be unescorted? Do
you
people
can enter unescorted. You can enter
manage to
unescorted,
wander
and everyone's
into
allowed to do
this
whatever they like.
domain by accident? Is that what the lost and found is?
I'd say quite honestly, the lost and found is a lost and found. I don't know who's put it in your head that it's some sort of magical prison, but it is for lost things.
Who would do that?
Oh my god.
Lilligorn does quite well at her profession, and I'm sure she finds many things. And that's why I know that if something or someone was lost here, they're certainly not within this side of the carnival anymore. I do believe that if you are looking for someone, you might look beyond the door. Additionally...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. You would have a moment to react.
He was gonna stand up and kind of walk over to Mr. Witch and like take his hand and be like, "Thank you," and not make eye contact at all, but like take a moment.
Thank you.
Now, what might a theoretical door look like? What might the most interesting door in this carnival look like?
Where might someone not want to go unescorted?
Well, there's a certain... There is one of my favorite attractions at the carnival. Have you been to... I don't know. Alistair, Snudgar, have you been to the Hall of Illusions before, or is that outside your wheelhouse?
I love illusions. Of course I've been there.
And I've been in there like once or twice.
You guys would be familiar. The Hall of Illusions is kind of at one of the farther corners of the carnival, kind of not super close to the entrance. It's a large, sprawled out, bigger on the inside hall of mirrors and lights that reflect and change. People have been having trippy experiences. It hasn't been the most jazzed up place recently because they've kind of been sending less people to that area of the carnival. If you've been around there a lot, you would have seen it's usually a pretty cool place, but it's been much quieter recently. I'd say you might want to head back in that direction to really see the sights and enjoy your night at the carnival.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
If you're looking for a reward, I would think of, again, the song that you heard this afternoon, or this evening rather, of the beautiful woman of Prisme, and how she could grant just about any wish. I thought that was lovely. If she was somehow...
real?
Hmm?
If she was somehow real?
If she was somehow real. She's a lovely fairy tale creature.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met her?
Personally?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Could I interest you in signing a pact?
Myself personally?
Mm-hmm.
A pact to what?
I would have to get my people in touch with your people, but we could work something out. Yeah.
I think some of my people might know some of your people very well, Alistair.
Oh, really? Oh. Oh, perfect. I'll get in touch with my people, and they probably already got in touch with your people.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I know that your people are very excited for what you're going to do tonight.
I bet they are.
Fantastic. Right. So, if I could refresh you any more, answer any more of your questions, are you looking to continue your evening elsewhere?
Oh, I think I'm good. What about you guys?
I think I'm ready to explore more interesting areas of the carnival.
There's so much carnival. We
So
only
much
have
carnival, so
one
little
night. Yeah.
I'm so full.
Churros.
Did you wrap the corn dog in the cotton candy?
All right. He will escort you to the door of the caravan, and
Before I leave, I'm gonna look for my bag of oats. Take that real fast. Head out.
they did bring you little, like those little Starbucks cartons of like oatmeal, but it's dry. So it is
Okay, awesome. Nice.
Into the saddlebag it goes.
And as you guys are heading out, as he brings you to the door, thank you so much for your performances. There are Teeny and Tiny are coming up with more armfuls of food because you did send them out for more food. Lotus, did you want to do something while they're coming up?
Yeah, he was gonna ask Mr. Witch for a pen and paper or a quill or something.
Certainly, yes, of course. He'll sort of, almost out of thin air, pull a piece of paper, quill from his pocket. What could I do for you?
He's going to write a note addressed to Mr. Light in very messy handwriting and hand it back. If you could make sure that makes it his way to him, it'd be great.
Do you want to insight check that, or?
How much more room do you have in your saddlebags for all this food?
Saddlebags?
Can we
Yeah.
just like stuff it full?
Yeah, can we
Put
fill
some
your
on top of
saddlebags
you
with the
too.
food?
I'm not carrying your food for you. No.
You
Oh,
to
come
carry
on.
yourself.
It would be so
What am I?
magnificent.
What am I, pack mule?
Tiny
Get
little
out of here.
rabbit arms.
While
Yeah.
they're
I can
arguing,
barely carry
Max,
a
could
churro
you
and
give
a
me an
corn dog
insight
at
check
the
on-
same
Sounds like a
time.
you problem.
you're doing a million insight
Try to
checks.
solve
on
it.
that. You're muted.
I was just saying I'm so glad I have a +5 to this. It's an 18.
You know two things.
Mm-hmm.
You know that he's a little about this. He thinks he knows what you're going to do. And you also feel like that as soon as you leave the caravan, he is going to open and read whatever it is.
I was pretty sure.
Can I
I'm gonna
try
send you
and
what he
sneak
wrote.
food into Bo's saddlebags?
Like
Sleight of hand versus his passive
wanna help.
perception.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Wait, I want to
Okay.
help.
Sneak food
how much
into
food?
the saddlebags.
How much food
All right,
can we
that's
get
a-
into it?
That's a 16 for sleight of hand.
That's a 26.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
They're
Passive,
ramping.
passive.
Let's go.
We're just on each side, like.
I can't try. I can't feel the weight.
Feel
Or- no.
right.
I'm just that strong. Don't
You
you
can't.
worry.
You can't give him just like a normal perception.
I'll look at Stick
Yeah,
Neck.
roll
I'm like,
roll a
"See,
perception
even-
check for me. It wouldn't be they succeeded on their sleight of hand, so you wouldn't be able to do it. But as you guys are heading out of the caravan here,
He's like, who put these 8 corn dogs in here?
22.
22.
22.
Your saddlebags
It's just-
definitely feel heavier. You notice as you guys are starting to head away.
Wait, I want a corn dog again.
We grab it out.
Don't you just smack down Pumpkin's hand. Don't touch.
While he's
Hey,
smacking
hey,
Pumpkin, I try and go to
reach
the other
all this-
side.
all this corn dogs. Now they're all greasy and he's gonna start getting
So you might as well leave them
take
in
food
there.
out. No!
Look, it makes you smell good. It makes you smell like corn dogs.
Now I have to wear these at work. Now I have to wash these.
You won't have to go to work anymore.
Yeah,
we're
now
True.
we gotta solve this problem. Now you gotta help me now. Now that you made my saddlebags dirty.
We're gonna need stuff to eat at the House of Illusions.
True.
If you don't
It's
carry
gonna
it,
take
who
that long.
will?
We might be in there for a
It's
minute.
not gonna take that long.
Last time I was in there, it took me about 20 days.
Yeah, to get out, just like the Lost and Found.
It was
Wait,
crazy.
you got out of the Lost and Found before?
Yeah, it
yeah,
was terrible.
It was. They lock you up tight.
Wait, how did you get out?
We had to sneak past a monster.
While you were locked up?
It was
Yeah.
a 3-headed dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's very
Massive.
bad.
Luck.
Skyscraper dog.
Skyscraper dog.
Yes.
Clyde at your side. Snood guy.
Mm-hmm. Almost ate Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde's the only reason I got out. Clyde can teleport.
I fought a single-headed dog like that once.
You just fought somebody's dog?
That doesn't sound
Hey,
really useful.
Clyde is here.
It was more like a monster.
You guys
It was a
walking
hunting
and talking?
contract.
Yeah, we walking and talking.
Yeah, you guys are bringing
Yeah, leaving a trail of food.
No!
No, I'm taking that. Give me that.
Yeah, we will take it off from the floor as you leave
Yeah.
it. 'Cause how dare you?
Good. You can carry
Put
it.
it back in later.
Any chance we get,
Grassy.
we're sneaking more food.
That's,
Love
not,
this
that's,
is
that's a
our
whole
dog.
different perception check.
Can we stop and play a game while we walk to the House of Illusions?
No, we're
down
solving
for
this.
some
We're solving
games.
this now.
But I want to play the game where you had the duckies and you fish.
Yes.
Fish for Doug?
There was a
Can we do some
pumpkin bread
apple
eating
bobbing?
competition.
You're heading in the direction of the Hall of Mirrors. It is getting quieter back there. There are people like walking around with cotton candy and stuff. Some people are like holding their giant stuffed spiders and caterpillars and stuff. Somebody's got just an actual giant caterpillar just crawling over their shoulders. A dragonfly flies low. You're getting relatively close to the building now. You see out front, there's that small booth with the person waiting to gesture people in, and there is the large, not as big as the big top canopy, but it is a fairly large tent with a black sash over the door. Again, Alistair and Pumpkin, you would be familiar with the person who mans this. This is Candlefoot, the mime. He's ashy-faced, quiet, doesn't really, you've never talked to him, doesn't really seem to talk at all. Got his puffy little buttons there. He's waiting at the door for whenever you guys approach.
Candlefoot.
Yep, here we are. Door? Me? And?
We'd like to go inside, please, Candlefoot.
What she said. What he?
I just look at Alistair. I'm like, wait,
I speak mime. I'm fluent.
I can see this.
Look up.
Tell me we want to go inside.
I wanted to play a game.
One word.
1 second. Oh, one word.
Just doing charades.
Hat.
At
Candle. Pointy hat.
Hint?
Witch?
Bird.
Witch hat?
Witch?
Oh, witch.
bird.
The patriarchy?
Over on the
Glass
over there. Yeah.
Oh, to the right.
Which
to
way?
The right. No.
This said one word.
5, 10, 10,
Uh.
8. I can't count right.
He just starts gesturing for you to go in. 'cause he's gonna-
Everybody, let's go.
I'm gonna go inside.
We did it.
This was so much fun, but I got places to be.
Bye.
Oh, I think I know what he was saying.
What?
I think he was asking if Mr. Witch sent us.
Oh, that would make sense.
Oh, well.
Kind of
We'll
stands
never know.
the little door there's the little emblem across the top that's in that curling silvery lettering that's reflected that says Hall of Illusions, and there's glittering light coming from underneath the little sash there. Are you guys gonna head in? The door's only big enough for one person to enter at a time.
I'll go in.
Of course. Whoa. Oh, Lotus, escorts first. Well, I think, did we not just tell him this?
Yeah, we did just tell you that.
You can't just be
Come on,
going
Lotus.
anywhere you want. Yeah.
We don't want you to just run off.
We're
Yeah.
going
Don't worry,
in,
we'll
aren't we?
find your brother.
Yeah, Snudgag, you go in first.
Me?
Yeah, you're the senior escort, 32 years senior. Go on.
Okay.
Take Clyde with you.
When's the last time you guys went into the Hall of Illusions?
Yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yesterday. Had to check it out. Had to give it services for maintenance.
Then
Make
why
sure,
are you going
make
in
sure,
first?
short-term memory loss.
But how
I'm
do
gonna
you
get-
even remember you went in?
It's hard.
Lotus sighs and goes in.
Convenient.
Whoa! Whoa!
All right, Lotus heads in. Who's next?
Oh, Ed.
Hey, wait for us.
Climb up on Clyde.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
All right, now I can go in.
good. All right,
Follow.
All right, I'm gonna go. I gotta go get in this place.
all right.
Give you last. one.
Absolutely everyone roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Absolutely everybody.
Absolutely
that's what I thought.
everybody. Clyde's good. Clyde doesn't have to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
ramping.
yeah, we're ramping. I got an 8.
All right.
Let me get that 10 over here.
Yeah. What's the total on that?
All right.
Heck
So,
yeah.
did anyone get a 20 and up?
24.
24. Excellent.
This wise man's
This
running
place
off
is
again.
made out of fucking mirrors and smoke. What the hell is this?
All right. 15 to 20?
17.
17. All right. Anybody above a 10?
Got the 10.
You got a 10? All right, beautiful. Okay. So that leaves Vincent and Snugak. Where are you at?
I got an 8.
All right.
A 2.
Beautiful. All right. As you guys enter in, you are alone. You've entered alone, and your companions are no longer around you. I will be visiting each of you in turn after the break.
All right.
No,
Break.
no.
Well, hello there. Of course you came to the grand dwarven city of Digbrand to see me. Ma Belle Pebblegrit, tale extraordinaire to kings, queens, heroes, and legends. Have you gazed upon my latest masterpieces? Yes, this one for you. Don't you see how it calls to you, speaks your name? You are gorgeous, darling. The colors, the line work, the gods weep in the presence of your beauty. No one has looked more stunning in a pebble grit design. Please, I cannot bear to gaze upon your perfection for too long. You can find this mesmerizing merch at inkinliar.com. Go and unleash your fabulosity today and help support Ink and Liar. Do stop by my shop again. You simply must tell me about all that adventuring thing. Well, ta-ta, darling.
Extra, extra, read all about it!
What's that you've got there, mister?
Why, this right here is 9 Realms Gaming.
9 Realms Gaming?
That's right, top-notch gaming accessories made from some of the finest woods this side of the city has to offer. We got your dice vaults, we got your dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, you name it.
Oh my!
Careful now, don't swoon into traffic. You can mosey on down to their website now. Use exclusive partner code LYRE10 to get 10% off your purchase.
What was that code again?
That's LYRE10. LYRE10 at 9realmsgaming.com. Hurry, they're selling like hotcakes.
play you a song so that you can begin to feel a little nauseous.
Yea, though she walks through the valley of Ikea, she shall fear no wardrobe.
All right. Oh, wait, does anyone have a lockpick?
No! No, we don't need one!
Hello, welcome back. Last you left us, they are delightful companions here. The Witchlight Playerites, also known as the Witchlight Players, had willingly entered into a hall of illusions in pursuit of a portal to a fey realm that might or might not exist.
I don't like you how you said willingly.
Yes.
I don't enjoy the use of that word in this situation.
Under Messer's Witch and Light's instruction, mostly Mr. Witch, letting them know that it looked like maybe, possibly, the plane that might or might not be on the other side of this portal here. He's not saying anything one way or the other. Might have come under new management, and it might not be the best possible thing for the carnival. But he's not saying anything. So, following up on that extremely clear and lucid tip, they have entered into the Hall of Mirrors. They've entered one by one into the dark, past the curtain, and they all find themselves individual. Snudgak, you got a 2.
Yes, I did.
As you step through that little dark velvet curtain and into the space, it's almost for a moment you're just enveloped in darkness. But there's no mirrors, no lights, no glitter. And then you come to yourself. It's totally fine. You just had a little weird moment, kind of like a blank. And you're in kind of the first hallway of, like those labyrinthine mirrors. Like, a regular hall of mirrors where it's kind of like a maze where you can get stuck around. It kind of starts with a corner here. You do notice that apparently no one has followed you in, or that the people who were ahead of you went really fast, and no one has followed you in. In whatever way, you are completely alone.
Hey, where did you all go?
Roll a perception check.
Losers leaving me behind. 19.
19. You see, poking around the corner of the hallway, kind of cloaked in shadow, some small forms. A small goblin form holding their finger to their lip. You recognize this kid. Was it 24 years ago? This kid, a bunch of others. Yeah, if you take a step to the side, you can see that there's a whole bunch of these little goblin kids kind of crowded around that corner that's shushing you. Can you tell me what your little goblin friends look like?
Yeah, so we were kind of a colorful bunch of little gobs. There was, I believe Snood had 2 green goblin friends who, they all kind of were dressed in various rags, right? Because they were all pretty poor. So, but every now and again they would like to wear the things that they stole. So like one of the little green ones, Mika, wore this oversized what is it called? Like the little cape, like the capes that rich people wear. Oh my gosh, what is it called?
Like a capelet?
Like a capelet, like an embroidered, really nice capelet that you can tell stood out from their outfit because it was stolen. And then the other one wore like these like bracelet, these kind of tarnished silver bracelets because they got dirty after a while, but they didn't clean it. And let's see, there were 4 of them. So then the other 2 were probably like red goblins, also in various like rags, but wearing like one had oversized nice shoes, and one of them had like a really nice little bow tie.
The one at the front with their finger to the lips is Micha.
Micha, what are you doing here? Wait.
Do they look like the age like that was 24 years ago? Like they look like children?
Wait. I'm very confused. Clyde, let's go.
Clyde's up there.
Let's go forward. Let's try and... I don't know what's going on. Are you coming? Snudcat, come on. Oh, okay, fine. It's not like the others followed me. Here, let's go.
I'll follow him.
Your little boss, you are now significantly shorter than you because you're a full-grown goblin, and these are... How old were you at the time?
Oh my gosh. 5, I think?
5? So like teenager-ish?
Yeah.
Like teenage goblins.
Yeah.
They're like skirting glances back at you. You keep following them down?
Yeah. Like, why are you that age? I'm so confused.
Why are you that age? What are you talking about?
Because it's been like 24 years. Ish, I think. Gosh, it's been too long.
You can see as you're kind of passing along these hall of mirrors, you can see your own reflection. You are still your fully grown adult self. And you see your little gaggle of friends seems to be reflecting totally normally as they're in the same space as you. We think that we found something. You're being really weird. We think that we found something. Come on.
Okay.
Snood looks at the reflection and they pause for a minute and they're like, oh God, looks so old. And then they'll follow.
They'll like pull you down a couple of different little corridors and around the corner, and they'll bring you to this kind of like, Mika kind of goes, well, the end. They're still kind of trying to keep their voices down. Like,
hey, you haven't said anything about my crown, by the way. Do you see it? Look at it.
It's almost as if they're seeing it for the first time. They noticed you were old when you said that you were old, and they noticed you were wearing a crown when you pointed out. Neat. One of them's gonna jump and try to take it right off your head.
No.
It's like trying to hit their hand.
No. I'm the Goblin King now, so you have to do whatever I say.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all.
It's totally fair. I'm wearing the crown. I'm the Goblin King. Now show me what you found.
On down, and they'll present to you at the end. It's kind of like at the dead end of one of these little hallways. Is it's a mirror again, but this one, unlike the others that are just plain faces of the glass, it's kind of got this ornate golden frame that kind of curls wildly, and it's got these golden butterflies that are sticking off odd corners of it, and it's got almost painted onto the glass in bright colors. It's got the following. Let me see. To all the cooks and cranks and counterfeiters, to fools and frauds and flibberty-gibbers, mousing after all that glitters, your fortune's here, your call to hither.
This seems very bamboozly.
But it's made out of gold.
It is made out of gold.
Snood will try and step up on Clyde and try and reach for the butterflies.
Sure, go ahead. Clyde will kind of get down into like a downward dog position so that you can get on, and then lift you up.
I'm gonna try and reach for him. Do I reach him?
Does he jump?
You could probably hold on to one of them. It's pretty firmly on. I think you could grab one that's in the top left corner there and hang on to it.
Try and pull it off. It's too stuck.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check if you're trying to wiggle out these things.
Yes. Not 20, but with a -1, so 19.
I'll take the nat 20. I'll say with a nat 20, you can see that the butterflies are kind of carved out of the gold, or however, it's molded of the same piece as the frame is, like it's completely connected. Oh, I'm noticing my elbows again. This is gonna be great. It's carved out and the butterflies seem to come right out of it. You are currently, with the position that you're in, you're kind of face to face with the text, and your nose bumps into the eye of Hither, and you notice there's a little depression there in the glass.
This is useless.
Try and kick the mirror.
You kick the mirror, and you can see from your vantage point, with that nat 20 investigation and how irritated you are with the useless mirror, there's like a little hole, I guess, within the eye, almost like a little mechanical space that you could stick something into, like a keyhole.
Or my finger.
Stick your finger in?
Yeah.
Your finger is in there.
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Trying to open this thing.
Do you turn around, or do you just call over your shoulder?
I'll turn around.
All right. When you turn around, Mika looks like 8 years have passed. They're now fully an adult goblin, standing at attention. Their capelet's getting a little bit short on them. They got their head in their hands. You're being weird. The others are growing older too. What?
Press up against the mirror.
You are all suddenly the age you're supposed to be now. What the?
I'm the age I've always been. What's wrong with you?
Get out of here.
That's not how age works. Hang on.
Get out of here. You haven't figured out the mirror yet. We're supposed to be here for the treasure and stuff.
Well, if you're just gonna stand there and talk at me, maybe you should help.
Well then I'll take a look at it.
So I'll turn back around to the mirror.
Okay.
I'll take my corn dog and put it in the hole.
You put the corn dog in the hole and nothing happens. You take a closer look now after you've stuck the corn dog in. There's a lot of crumbs in it, and it's a very specific shape on the inside. You feel like you need a certain tool to actually stick it in. Like it's been like one of those block toys.
We need. Oh wait, I've got thievery tools.
I'm gonna try and dig for those and use those.
Go right ahead.
Trying to tell me a corn dog isn't part of your thievery's tools?
You can use the corn dog stick if you want to flavor it that way.
It certainly should be part of my thievery tools. Just saying. All right. Let's see. Is there okay, let's see. Is there a roll to this? Because I've actually never used thieves' tools before.
You can use thieves' tools as your dexterity. Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Okay, that'll be your dex plus your proficiency.
Okay.
And Mika is, because you've been giving him a difficult time, or them a difficult time, whatever gender they are, it's kind of poking up alongside you. And you can also roll me a perception check. He's fully climbed up onto your dog now beside you because you kicked the mirror and you're being weird.
Okay, 26, and then...
26! Jeez Louise.
Yep, and then, yeah, so... Snood is, like, trying to shove in the tools and, like, work around it.
Yeah.
Like, trying to figure out how to best match the shape, I guess, of the hole.
Yeah, you manage to click the tumblers into place and you can hear a tunk sound within the glass. And Mika goes, good job, that was really good.
Let's see, what's on the other side?
Mika is now older than you.
Oh my gosh.
They're all aging beside you. They look, actually the last time you saw Mika would have been 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, if they visited the carnival, then yeah.
Mika did. If you kind of look over your shoulder more, you see one of the red goblins is gone. And the other green goblin is also gone. They disappeared.
Wait, what happened to Sarah? What happened to them?
What are you talking about?
Where did they go?
People move on. I don't know what
They're
you
gone.
want. Just because you're staying in the same place forever doesn't mean that everybody else is.
Well, that's not true. I'm not gonna stay here forever.
Roll me, actually, let me see. Your passive perception, I think, is like an 11, right?
Let's see. Passive. Yeah.
All right, so you would see kind of glinting out underneath the capelet around Mika's neck is a thin gold chain, and there seems to be something at the end of it. And you kind of unlocked these tumblers here, and it looks like it's just waiting for the final to be able to absolutely go through.
Hey, what's that around your neck?
What?
I don't recognize that.
Well, it's none of your business.
Snoop's gonna reach for it, try and grab it off their neck.
Roll me, I'm gonna say opposed dexterity. I'll roll it on this side. I can find my dice. Woohoo!
16.
5. You are
Rip it off.
The goblin. You rip it off. It's a little golden key, and as you grab it in your hands, you see Mika says, "Snagach," and then he disappears.
Like shove it into the hole.
I'm feeling
You
so
shove it
good,
into
Mr.
the
Stark.
You shove it into the hole. The gold kind of glitters as it enters into the lock piece there. You see the paint on the mirror begins to gently melt and glide down. You can see now in the space where Mika was, his capelet is still there and it's fallen onto the ground. And you can see those big shoes and those stolen bracelets are also behind you from where your friends were before they grew up, before they moved on, before they disappeared. And you watch this gold paint leak down the front of this mirror, kind of glide across the floor. Clyde's like stepping his little feet up so he doesn't get his feet covered in gold, but it doesn't appear to do anything to him. And it kind of goes over the materials on the ground and begins to sort of coalesce and sort of, I'm saying sort of a lot, glide into this sort of golden weave as it kind of lifts up the memories of your childhood friends and when they used to visit you. On the paint of the thieves and the crooks and the crookshanks glide together into a single golden thread, and it winds gently around your wrist, and it will tug you gently towards the mirror.
Snoot is gonna like try and claw at it. Does it do anything, or is it just a thread, like a?
It tangles in the thread. Yeah.
So
just a golden memory.
They'll keep going forward, but Snoot will kind of like try and basically tangle themselves in this thread, trying to get it off, and then it gets even farther around them, and it's terrible.
You tangle yourself within this string of memory that gently, gently pulls you into the mirror. Are you trying to... What do you think Clyde is doing?
I thought Clyde was trying to get away from the gold, so I assume Clyde's kind of like, and then just like slowly like follows after Snoot, but like, don't get me into that thread.
Last sight before you enter into another place is of Clyde bowing down, looking up at you, barking up at the mirror, and trying to catch that little bit of golden thread.
Wait, buddy, you're not coming with me? No!
Roll me... This is a big roll. Roll me an animal handling check.
Come on, buddy. Can't just leave me alone like this. 13.
13?
Yeah.
With a 13, you call for Clyde to go and grab that thread, and he's doing his best to grab it. Do you have luck?
She does.
Yeah? Okay, I'll do one more then.
13, he's not going to be able to come with you.
Oh. 6.
Oh.
No.
My little buddy's
Witchlight.
Hey, bro, I
Witchlight.
can guidance that, right?
Paws over his big old man, paws up on the base of the mirror, barking up at you, trying to catch that thread, but because you are so tangled up in it, it is too short for him to grab.
Being pulled forward.
And I will catch up with you later.
Hey, man, I
It's
can
actually
guidance
really
that,
sad.
right?
Vincent!
Clyde.
Vincent!
Vincent!
Oh, hi, how we
got
doing?
8.
I did. Very wise.
Vincent,
Yo.
you come into a very similar situation. You are alone at the entrance to a maze of mirrors. You come immediately to a fork. You kind of just entered into you can go left or you can go right. Nobody is around you. It's just you. What would you like to do?
Hello? Where'd you guys go? Look behind me. Is the entrance there still, or is it gone?
The entrance is gone. There is a mirror behind you now.
And I only have a left and a right that I can go?
Yes.
Can I look down both ways?
You absolutely can. Roll me a perception check.
That is 23.
A 23. All right, fantastic. Down one of these paths, you can see it gently reflecting all the way at the end, almost as if it's coming from around another corner. You're seeing the reflection. Gently glowing pinkish light. And down the left side, you can hear, very faintly, whistling. And it takes you a moment, but it's that goddamn melody. You had heard it earlier this evening at the carnival when you were playing that ring toss game, just that whistling melody that sounded familiar and you can't place it.
Shim shine, shim shine.
It's there again.
I mean, let's go towards what I think is possibly people rather than just a light. Hopefully it's not too far. I don't have very good depth perception in a hall of mirrors. Sounds like a terrible idea.
Not too far. It's maybe like 10 feet down that way. Right.
I'll head in the direction of the whistling.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, all the perception.
There's going to be a lot of these, but you're in a hall of mirrors.
13.
13.
I'm ramping the other way.
All right. As you are walking down your chosen path, for a second, you think you see a glance of another figure walking, but no. You only see the reflection of yourself. It must have been just, you know, sometimes how those, they'll have in Hall of Mirrors, the really tall ones, the really squat ones. It must have just been a trick.
Yeah, it was a funky mirror that just like, it was playing a trick on my eyes. My eye. I almost offended myself.
You know, it's so weird, because when you come down to this point again, it looked like it was going to a corner, but you've got another left or right. Are you looking down both ways again?
Of course.
All right.
Well, I'm looking, but I'm more probably listening.
Yeah. You lift one ear, you lift the other ear. Go ahead and roll me a perception check again.
All right, we're ramping back up. 22 this time.
22. Beautiful. All right. Down one, you hear the whistling again. And down the other, you hear wind, maybe? Something gentle. And there's a very, very faint smell of, like, the outdoors. It almost seems like it seems to go outside into something that smells sort of sweet and grassy.
So it's like this one is a whistling coming from further into this hall of mirrors. That one kind of feels like it might be out.
Yeah.
Follow the whistling. Or do I try and get out? I mean, at least I know where that whistling's coming from. Maybe I could backtrack. Worst case scenario, we're gonna go for the whistling. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to backtrack, but he's gonna think that he's gonna be able to backtrack.
All right, head towards the whistling. Make me another perception check.
It's ramping backwards again. An 8.
8?
8.
All right. Well, for a moment again, you think you see a flicker of another figure taller than you. But again, it's a hall of mirrors, so you don't take it particularly seriously. But you do definitely notice as you reach the end of this hallway that something quite strange is happening to you, at least in your reflection. Like at first, with an 8, you think it's one of those squatter mirrors that makes you really small. When you reach the end, it's definitely a normal-sized mirror, and you're just very small. And you look at yourself again at this intersection, and what did Vincent look like when he was a little baby rabbit?
He was a chunky little boy when he was a little rabbit. He's a little round ball of fur. Very, very low to the ground for sure.
Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You look exactly like that in the mirror now.
I'll lift one ear and lift the other. Is it actually my reflection?
It's reacting as though it's your reflection, yeah. It's
I'll take my hand and I'll bring it to the mirror. Does it reach down, or do I hit the mirror above where my reflection looks like?
Roll an intelligence check. I think that would be.
Cool. That's a straight up 4.
Straight up 4? You don't know. Maybe you're doing it diagonal or something, but you don't know. Like, it feels like you are that height. Like,
it's weird.
You're just real small. You're at another intersection. Are you perceiving, or are you following that whistle?
Is this just a corner this time?
No, it's another intersection. I'll say now that you've picked up on the sound of that whistle, so you can follow it without making another perception check. You're kind of tracking it at this point, but if you want to see what's down the other way.
Yeah, I guess we'll see that's down the other one in case it's one of my new friends, and I can hear them over there.
Mm-hmm.
You have luck, by the way.
Yes.
Cool. That is a natural 20 for a 24.
24? All right. How do we want to do this? You hear at the end of that hallway.
I'm so good at checking both directions.
You're so good at looking
I'm
both
just
ways
really not good at
across
looking
the
in
street.
mirrors.
Why did the rabbit cross the road?
It didn't. I looked both ways and it was dangerous, so I stayed here.
You
Never
hear
left this spot.
the gentle crackling of a campfire and the soft strum of a guitar played by middle-aged hands. And you think you can even see reflected on that mirror there the old illusions that Madrick used to make when you were traveling together. It's way at the end of the hallway, so it's just that faint reflection, but...
I wonder if he came in here. Well, that's something familiar, more than this whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that I'm also in here alone, maybe he ended up the same way. So we're gonna go see if my old buddy is all right, if that's actually him. Hopefully he's doing all right.
As you make your way down that way, there's definitely something walking behind you. At least in the reflections, there seems to be another figure behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Taller than you, much taller now that you're a child. Same fur, same long ears, and a long blue scarf.
Can you give me that description again?
It's a taller Harengon, definitely an adult. Long ears, same fluff as you, and a long blue scarf.
As I'm making my way down, can I just suddenly whip around?
Absolutely. There's nobody there.
Is the reflection also gone?
Yes.
All right, I'll look behind me and I will walk the rest of the way down this backwards.
As you're walking backwards, your shoulder blades hit a mirror.
Okay.
You seem to have hit a dead end. You can still.
I turn around to actually look at the dead end. Is it actually a dead end?
It is a dead end. You turn around to look at it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it's just you seem to have hit the end of a path. Like any maze, they have their dead ends.
Is the sound still coming from this dead end?
No, it feels like you must have missed something somewhere. There's maybe if you turn around, you can see there's a corner there that you didn't see before.
Usually really perceptive.
This is odd.
I will make my way back towards this corner that I had missed.
You turn the corner?
Yeah.
It's a dead end.
That one's a dead end too?
Yeah.
If I come back out, can I still see the dead end that I just came from?
So you came down the corner and you went and you found that dead end?
Mm-hmm.
When you turn around, the corner is gone. You're just in this little mirror room. Small. You are tiny.
Is there anything above me? Or is it just
Look up.
emptiness? Yeah, I look up.
It's so tall in here. The
Yeah.
mirrors seem to reach higher than you could ever reach. You're very small. You're very young. And you're trapped. And what if nobody comes for you this time?
He's trying not to panic. It's a carnival. But he's alone. He was told not to be alone. Don't want to end up in the lost and found. So he will put his ear up to each mirror, and he will try and listen for something maybe on the other side of the mirror.
Roll me a perception check.
There's obviously something going on here. It doesn't make sense to have been trapped in between mirrors when I'm walking down a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to rationalize being trapped here. 13.
13? Alright. You work your way around the side of this room. As you're leaning up, it goes from being 10 feet wide to 5 feet wide until you're in this small square of mirrors. But you press your long ear up against one mirror and you hear it again. That whistling music, that little tune. And the music seems to almost dance out. Have you ever seen like the old Merry Melodies where they had those shapes of the music dance? These silvery threads of music that dance, comb around your ear, coil around your wrist. And the memory of that melody is going to guide you gently towards the mirror. Do you step forward?
Huh? The only thing that's giving me any direction right now. So I do step forward.
You take your step forward, and I'll catch up with you later. All right. Bo, you got a 10, I believe?
I think I did. It's been a hot minute.
No, you're totally fine. I think it was about a 10, and that's what I need to know. You enter in to the Hall of Mirrors.
Boy. Okay.
You two are alone. But unlike the others who entered into this narrow sort of hallway, you enter into one of these. I'm gonna describe it as though it's a thing that I've seen before. But it's like a large domed room constructed entirely of these mirrored panes that reflect against each other and sparkle, and there's something about it that looks almost like the stars in the night sky. It's this huge, beautiful room, and you are alone.
Okay. Where'd everybody go? I came in last, right? That was the idea?
Mm-hmm. They all seem to have moved on without you. You can't see a door out of here right now, though. All you can see are these starry skies.
You guys kidding me? Left me behind. He's gonna start running forward, like as fast as he can. They must have gone forward. It can't be that hard. So it just keeps running very fast.
You are in a large round room. There don't appear to be any entrances or exits. There's just the shapes of the stars.
Wait a minute. I came from that way. It's gotta be this way. And it's just the wall.
Yeah.
He looks up. They couldn't have gone up, could they?
You look up at the constellations in the sky. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Nature? That's the one I'm not good at.
Very specific skill.
You knew what you were doing. That's the only one I have a +0 on. Okay, 13.
Targeted.
13?
It's almost as
That's
if
the
the DM knows
fucking
what they're
Big
doing.
Dipper. That's the Big Dipper right there. You recognize that shape. It's reflecting the Big Dipper in one of those mirrors. You remember when you were, oh my God, when you were traveling along from, when you were going away from the Plains of Freedom, going towards the big city, yada yada, following your dreams, you were with this one particular companion who you would sometimes sit out and look at the sky with. And they told you that's the Big Dipper. That's the Little Dipper. Big brother, little brother. Can you tell me anything about this companion?
This companion. Tell me about the stars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this sounds like the cleric.
Okay. I didn't realize that you had such specific images in your mind. I would have given you more time.
Oh no, this is. I'm making a snap decision now. This sounds like a cleric who knows about the stars and things like that. This sounds like a cleric who is. Ooh, what race are they? A fucking half elf, maybe. Half elves are, and they're a dude, and they're very religious, but they know about the stories and the stars and everything. But yeah, they accompanied me from where I came from to the big city.
Yeah. Do you know what their name is, or not?
Do I know what their name is? That's a
you
good
don't
question.
have to. It might not be a name that sticks out in your memory, or it might just be that you just always called them your friend. They were someone that you traveled with on the road for quite a long time, but you traveled with lots of people, and you met lots of folks with lots of stories.
Yeah, there was a few.
And the only reason you think back to this one is that you learned a thing or two from them.
Man, they did teach me some some magic, but that was in exchange for a song. I could play them a song and entertain them for a few nights, and they would teach me a thing or two.
Your songs were pretty good.
They were.
From
They were
next
back
to you.
then.
At your shoulder comes a voice that says, "They were pretty good. I'm glad you learned something from me too."
You know what, Philip? They sure were. Yeah, I'm glad to have learned so much from you, Philip. It's they really keep me safe in the big city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Things have been going
glad to
well
have
for
met
you. You've done a lot of traveling since we last saw each other. I don't even know where we are right now.
Things have been going well. It's been rough, dude. It's been a little bit rough. You leave home with a big dream in your mind, a song in your heart, and then reality has a way of catching up with you.
Well, not to harp on an old point, but have you considered turning to God? Maybe.
If the gods had a plan, I'm on this plan right now. They don't need my worship to force their will upon me.
You think things are set out before you like that?
I don't know. Just waiting for one chance. One chance to show the world what I'm worth.
I think that'll come. I think it will.
You think?
Yeah, but I'm a really faithful guy, so.
You got faith. Things will work out.
I also know that if I'm right about the time, this is about the time that our paths will have to part again. For me.
Is it?
Yeah?
Is it? It does. I mean, it doesn't have to. It's been a hot minute. Let's go. I can get you an employee discount at the restaurant. We'll be fine. Come on.
Oh. And he will take you, walking beside you. He's not trying to run away from you or anything. He's just trying to show you something. Somehow you missed it in your skittering around the room looking for a way out. There's a little alcove that has 2 paths. I mean,
is this where they went? Couldn't be. I went all around this place. Some people I just met today, and they were like, they're cool and all, but it's like, we got some history.
We do have history. Well, it sounds to me like you have 2 paths. You can go left, you can go right. If you go to the right, you'll go with me. You'll maybe join the church, maybe settle down, maybe enjoy the quiet life as I so often suggested to you. But you can go left, and you can follow the party. And you can never sleep again. Isn't that the thing? You always like to stay up singing and dancing and spending time with all these new people.
Phil, I love you, but the quiet life just isn't for me. He's gonna reach out, he's gonna shake Phil's hand. Along the road, you've been one of the best friends I could ask for, but fame and fortune for me, Phil.
Fame and fortune and all-night parties.
You know how it goes. He's gonna wave Phil goodbye and clop on down to that left path. Fame and fortune. Bye, Phil.
Bye.
Look me up. I'll give you an autograph.
The path will always be open to you.
Someday. Right now, I gotta find the party. And my fame and fortune. Chase my dreams.
The voice growing distant from you. And you come to another fork. Down one, no perception checks needed. Down one, quiet as shit. Down the other one, this is where the rest of the party went. You can hear Snudgak yelling about literally nothing, and you can hear Vincent thumping something. His feet are loud. He's a rabbit. Like, you can definitely hear when he walks sometimes, unless he's doing his careful thing. Like, there's a lot going on down there.
But I was loud, this guy. You guys left me behind. How dare you leave me behind? And he pops off after them.
There is light of the carnival. At the end of this, there's light and music, and this kind of golden beam that starts to spread as you are walking down towards the sound of joy, and the sound of people, and the sound of energy. You're gonna keep going down in that direction?
Yeah. You guys ain't ever gonna get your food if you leave me behind like this.
The golden light expands and condenses into a single golden thread that kind of curls around your little ankle. It's almost like if you've ever smoked like one of those really, like a cigar, you know, the pipe smoke kind of things, where they have these like curls of light. It feels more like someone somewhere is smoking a hookah and it's curling around in these shapes around your hooves. Like a good time is happening over there.
Okay. And I'm running off, and the smoke is coming around me. It's like, hey, he starts swatting at it. It's like, hey guys, come on, wait for me.
The gold.
I was just joking about the food. Come on.
Curl gently around your arm and tug you forwards towards the party. And you're continuing on?
Yeah.
Right.
These guys can't leave me behind like that.
I knew he'd come around and be carrying our food for us.
All in due time.
Now there's all of it on the ground. He's got all of it in there still.
I hate that. I hate that. Okay.
I will check in on you later. Alright. Alright. Around this time, our beautiful friend Melanora would be having an experience of her own, but I will be terrorizing Reyna for that. I will not do character building with the characters not here.
Hey,
Solid.
Melionor is now lawful evil.
yeah. She suddenly loves
Turn.
Lotus,
Hi,
you find yourself in a similar situation.
I do.
You enter into not the dome that Bo walked into with that night sky, but again, a long corridor of mirrors that turns and curls, and none of your friends are here.
Well, shit. I was hoping to avoid this. Thought I was too wise for this kind of stuff, but whatever.
What do you mean? You entered first.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I got a 24 on my statement. I don't know. I thought I was gonna be like, there's the portal.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Lotus will look around, notice that nobody is there anymore, and be like, "This is back to the way things were," and he's gonna just proceed forwards, but he's gonna hug the left wall because that's how mirror mazes work. You just hug the left wall until you get out.
That's exactly what I fucking do. I want to give you so much extra stuff for doing what I do. Never mind. As you're hugging the left wall, Lotus, you recognize that voice. It's a little boy, and it's coming from further within the mirror maze. Lotus?
Sasha?
Lotus? Lotus, is that you?
Lotus is gonna pause for a second. He knows he just walked into a place called the House of Illusions. So he's gonna make an insight check on this voice, if that's all right.
Check. Yeah, absolutely.
Or perception, or whatever I need to make. It's the same bonus to be perfectly
yeah, I'd say either one would work for this.
I'll insight with them because we've been rolling with insights tonight.
Yeah.
That's a 14.
14? It sounds exactly like your little brother's voice. It's exactly the same as the day that you lost him.
Lotus is gonna nod to himself and continue hugging the left wall.
Are you coming?
I'm going to find you. I'm coming. Expected you to be a little bit deeper in, but I'm on my way.
All right.
Give me a minute.
So, you're keeping to the left wall. You come to an intersection. You
Okay.
keep left, or are you following the voice?
So it's two different directions.
Yes.
Ooh.
Lotus, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. I'm okay. Yeah.
Don't panic. You're fine.
I'm not panicking. I know you're coming.
How long have you been in here?
I don't know. I don't know how long I've been in here. Why do you sound so old?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll be there in a second. Hang on. He's gonna abandon the left wall. He's gonna go after the voice.
Make me a survival check.
I hope I'm good at these. Yeah, it's a 13 total.
13. All right. You follow for a couple more intersections,
Mm-hmm.
and the voice seems to be farther away. Are you coming? Mom, what do I do? Should I do something? Should I stay here or should I move? What should I do?
You definitely should not move. That's how people get lost in here. Just give me a minute. There's only so many turns. I'll be there soon. I promise.
Do you want to make another survival check?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking. I'll be there.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna look that. I think I have 2, so I burned 1. Here's the second. Cool, that's way better. 22.
22. All right. It takes some more intersections. This place is way fucking bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. This is insane. The voice gets louder. Is there ever anything... Your brother was pretty small. Did you ever teach him anything like count down from 10 or repeat this rhyme? Like, is there anything that you did to help him calm down?
I mean, there was. I'm sure he would have taught him like a lullaby at night, because like Lotus was basically a father figure to this kid. So like at night, if he ever had nightmares or something, he would come to him. So there was definitely like there was a little song that they would sing.
Yeah.
That they learned from their mother.
You can hear you follow the sound of your brother's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Singing along. He doesn't really have a great sense of tune, but he's doing his best.
It's okay. I'm normally the one that sings this. You're doing great.
And you come down. Final turn. The end of this long corridor. Here he is. On the other side of a plane of glass. What does your little brother look like?
So he, as Lotus mentioned, he looks a lot like Lotus. He's got slightly darker skin. It's like a more foresty green. Lotus is a little bit more like on the lighter side. But he's got the same like dark black hair. It's long. Instead of a ponytail for this particular evening that he had lost, they had jokingly put his hair into pigtails. So he's looking a bit like that, in a long blue cloak with some stars on it, a few constellations.
Yeah. As soon as your little brother sees you at the end, he's putting his hands up against the glass. Lotus!
Oh my god, okay. Hang on. He's gonna run forward and meet him at the glass, I guess, if it's between them.
Yeah. I can't,
Just hang on. Just give me a minute with this. There's not a way around it, I assume.
Nope, he's at the end of a dead-end tunnel here. It's just your brother there at the end behind the glass.
Alright. He's gonna tell his brother to stand back. Hang on, get away from the glass. I'm gonna...
Okay.
He steps back a couple paces and he's gonna take his... I know. He's gonna reach down, he's gonna open his book and flip through to a page, and he's gonna cast Guiding Bolt and fire it out of the book at the glass.
Ooh, what does your Guiding Bolt look like?
So it is, if anybody's watched this last campaign, Candlekeep, it actually resembles a lot of what CJ spells look like. There's a lot of constellations and a lot of stars that kind of shoot out of it. It's like an inky black spell, but like riddled with different points of light. Gonna fire it forward, and it's gonna streak through the air and smash against this glass.
It absolutely smashes against the glass. The mirror erupts into shards. I'm not gonna make you roll to hit a mirror that you're very close to. You got it. You hit it.
Cool.
It shatters out. You hear your brother say, "Lotus," and he holds his arms out, and the glass coalesces and begins to spin and come around you and become this thin silver beam of thread that coils around you, and your brother starts to go towards you. Lotus, do you go to your brother and follow the pull of the silver?
Of course I do.
All right.
He's got some major relief going. He's almost at the point of tears. He's reaching out for his brother.
As soon as you step past the threshold of where the mirror was, everything disappears, and I will check back on you later.
Oh, what a tease. Fuck.
I'm not giving you your brother back session 3, man.
I was about to leave, bro. I'm gonna go see Mr. Light.
Deuces.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Alistair.
Oh,
Alistair Tempest.
Yes, hello.
You had a dream last night. You remember that?
Where is my messenger? Scroll real quick. I saw. Oh, no.
Alistair's got it in his brain bank.
It's there.
He remembers lots of shit happened to it.
A lot of shit.
6 little puppets walked into a carnival, danced around. A silly little horse clopped around on the ceiling of a canvas tent. And at the end, all 6 of those sweet little puppets followed little silver threads through a mirror. And you can see, Alistair, you are at a long, mirrored hallway. At the end is a dead end. A mirror surrounded by small bulbs of light. The walls on each side of you, you've seen an infinity mirror where they reflect continually all around you. You're alone.
Alone again at last, huh? Never does last more than, who knows, it could be 8 minutes or 8 years, I suppose. He'll continue forward.
All right. On either side of you, hundreds of versions of yourself walk beside you. Each footfall is the same as every other version of yourself. What's your passive perception?
Oh no, I bet it's low. It's 11. It's like average.
11. Okay. Something seems a little bit off to your left for a minute. If you wanted to see what happens, then you can roll a perception check if you like.
I mean, of course. We don't let strange things happen to the left without looking at them.
Yeah.
No way, Jose. A natural 20?
Natural 20. As you are walking down this hallway, first, before you, as you're reaching closer to the end, that final mirror lights up. The lights around it. You know, like at lotto machines in Vegas, they have like those lights that travel around, like, don't fucking look at anything else, just look at this.
Yes.
But you can see to your left, your head goes suddenly, and you can see one of the figures walking beside you of yourself looks at you, raises their eyebrows. And you can see a reflection from the other side of you. One smirks a little bit. As you begin to see, when you come more into the light of this final mirror, things are lit up with that extra glow, and every single figure going out towards infinity, every version of yourself is being hung ever so gently on thin white strands on every joint, walking like a marionette down the end of the hallway. What would you like to do?
You think you're so funny, huh? You think I'm just a puppet to do what you want? Watch this, and I'll turn around and walk the other way.
All right, you turn around. Man, there's a lit up mirror at this end too, isn't there?
No, you're good. What if I?
You thought you were clever.
I stop and go to sleep. Yeah, I bet you didn't see that coming.
You lay down on the ground.
Yeah, I close my eyes.
You close your eyes. Nothing happens.
No mirror here, huh? No lit up. I open my eye. You know, one eye.
You open one eye, and almost resting on your face, like inches of, are you lying down?
Yes.
Like inches from your face, lit up mirrors.
Oh, I see.
You know who you are.
I have no choice, huh?
What about what you have done would give you any choice?
It's a good question. I never really have chose my own future, have I? It's all just predetermined, and Alistair do this, Alistair do that. Once again, I guess I'll march through this shiny door, lit up, find new people who I don't know and probably won't know long, and possibly ruin their lives, but that's what Alistair Tempest does, right? Marches to the beat.
You step through?
Yes.
As you step through, you can see even on your own shoulders, little white threads pull you gently into the mirror.
He snatches at him.
You snatch at him.
He's mad.
One of them pulls loose and it just hangs there, and you just have a little thread at your shoulder now hanging from the seam of your shoulder. But you move through?
Yes.
All right. All of you, as you move through what you've done, there was, even in the Hall of Mirrors, even in the carnival, you can always hear that faint background of the calliope music of the carnival and that distant sound of chatter. Much quieter within the Hall of Mirrors itself because it is, kind of cloistered off from itself. But you can still hear, even in that moment of darkness, that blink again, the Snudgach experienced, where it just... the music kind of drifts over you. And then it kind of loses its melody for a moment. And it picks up almost a choir of voices. A sort of chirping sound. And you realize that the sound has turned into the choir of crickets and frogs, and that the light in the air around you is fireflies. You are all standing on a long pavement of dark stone. It seems to be some sort of a long path. And on either side of you, many feet below the path, or on some risen kind of roadway here, a huge expanse of dark, misting fog over slowly rippling swamp water. The stars are above you, the fireflies beside you, the air quiet. You are all together, but you are all alone. And I believe that's where I'm going to end tonight's session. It's a little early, I know.
Not so quiet though, because Snoot's still screaming.
For his dog.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, God, we gotta go back."
Alistair is surprised to see you all.
Lotus has a very soft smile on their face.
You guys ready? The star arrived.
Why do you look so happy?
Because I'm gonna be famous. What are you gonna be?
Nah, famous. Meh, we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
Take a
We'll
piece
see
of
about
dirt
that.
and he'll
Don't
throw
you
it
worry.
at Bo.
Hey! These are nice new clothes.
I'm gonna slip a corn dog out. You didn't see that.
Before we close out,
I'm like, I thought I got rid of all this.
Yeah, right.
can I have a perception check from Vincent before I say goodbye to everybody?
Ooh.
Vincent is definitely running up and giving everybody a hug and just happy to not be alone.
Aw.
My little friend, aw. And he goes down and pats Vincent on the head.
I'm gonna luck that.
Lotus will pick him up and pat him.
That was I rolled a total of a 6.
Are you saying this because you think Vincent's the only perceptive one here? Hang on a minute.
You can also roll perception, but you would get something different.
Yeah, we all have eyes.
I rolled
It's
a
different.
10.
I got a +5.
Oh,
so
I got another luck. Let me try and
You will
round this up.
succeed on this check.
Use your luck.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Am I perceiving that Vincent is cute?
Vincent, you didn't give above a 10 at any point, did you, Vincent?
No, I did
All right.
not.
Vincent is too busy embracing people, it sounds like. And then...
I used my luck. Don't worry, Christian.
So, describe for me here, Lotus. Are you, like, staying aside from the group and looking out somewhere? Are you actively perceiving, or are you just still in that haze, do you think?
So Lotus kind of like... He came through... He probably knew that was not really his brother. It was a little too easy. And like... But it comforted him, right? So he was like, okay, I'm a little refreshed now. I'm ready to head out on the next phase of this journey. So he's like looking around. He's ready to see where the path is supposed to go. He's looking for any like threats or something like that. Kind of gazing off onto this dark path.
Yeah. So there's the path ahead of you that seems to a decent amount down, sort of break off for a section. It seems to end. And then over the side, like it's a decent drop off the side. I'm not giving you a number now because I want to make sure I'm not lying to you, but you don't want to jump off the side. It's decently into the air. When you gaze off in that direction, you can see those little orbs of the fireflies and flickering white dots in the distance. And you can see also moving near the base here, some smaller lights that seem to be moving along as though they're being carried. And you can hear a faint whistling melody from that group of moving lanterns. And that's where I'm going to end it, because otherwise we're going to go into the next thing.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Gotta stop it there. There's your plot hook.
Yeah.
What did you see?
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh my god.
Next time on Witchlight.
I'm gonna
Next
yell
time
my
on
way
Iron Valley.
through closing announcements before I throw it to Dylan for all the shout outs to people, right? Which you can do, right?
Yes,
right, Dylan boy?
yes.
All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me open up my announcements. I say, very prepared. First of all, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun, and we're really glad to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
This was a fun one.
So like we said before, if you like us, if you like Ink and Liar, you like any of us personally, you can follow our cast on social media. So you can use the command IronCast to check us out and see if we're always like this. Also, if you enjoyed this show or you enjoy any of the other shows on our channel, you can consider supporting us with a sub or use a free Twitch Prime sub. It takes a lot of work to bring you this content every week, multiple times a week, and we want to keep bringing it to you. We're having a great time, and we want to have you here with us. Subscribers get exclusive emotes and access to the #secret corridor channel on our Discord server, where Lauren, who is the DM of our Monday night game, one of the owners of the company, one of the most lovely human beings, she shares work in progress shots of her artwork. We also share behind the scenes looks at what we're working on, projects and all that kind of stuff, so that's fun. You can also catch up on all of our shows on our YouTube and on our VODs here. So make sure you can follow us on YouTube at command YouTube. Speaking of Monday night shows, Monday nights we have Fate's End, which is our homebrew D&D campaign set in the same setting as Stargazer's Guide to Aurora. So it's a beautiful tie-in. You can check out the setting and then check out the pre-order shop. Ooh, it's delightful. I'm a player in that game. Danny's a player in that game. Raina's also a player in that game, but she's not here tonight, so I'm not going to call her out. She doesn't get called out. Bye, Raina. But that's with Lauren again, who's the DM, and that's a fantastic thing. I think we're doing some Fae shenanigans next week, I believe. We just pulled off an art heist without actually having to do any crime, so we're very proud of ourselves, doing a great job. On Tuesday nights, so last night, and then coming this next Tuesday, we are working through our Breach Battles Malifaux tournament. It's Malifaux, oh gosh, I'm gonna get the name wrong, but it's a war game competition where essentially each week different factions within the Malifaux world as created by Weird Games duke it out. I believe yesterday Brandon lost to Daniel. And we are deep into, I believe we're in our finals right now. We're killing it. No? No.
We're in semifinals, and then we're going to finals.
I don't know how competitions work. I watch and I cheer for the people I like, and that's all I got going for me. We're in semifinals for it. It's very fun. Check it out Tuesday nights. Breach Battles.
Me and Jake next week. This week, next week, me and Jake, Ratman versus the Guild.
Ratman versus the Guild? He says he's prepared his jokes in advance.
I bet he has.
I hope that you're coming in with equal fervor.
I looked up guild puns today. It's in my search history.
So excited for the Ratman.
All right, so we got our Monday night, we got our Tuesday night, and then Wednesday nights, there's of course us. Come visit us next week for the next episode where we follow the mysterious whistling, and also we spend some time in a swamp. Good times for all.
Yay.
All right, I'm going to toss it to Dylan, who's going to give shout outs to folks who joined us tonight, and then send us on a raid. So, Dylan, take it away.
That is right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We had Flock Obama come in with the 5 gifted subs at the end of the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We also had Hard Knock Dice, who was here for the majority of the stream. I don't know if they're still here, but they did drop the follow. Thank you. And that was actually, that's all I have. That's all we got.
Good.
But
that was a short one.
It was, but we will be rating. And I will see you guys all next Wednesday.
1 second.
Oh,
1 second.
1 second.
So I finally got the stuff to actually start editing these after shows that we've been doing. So expect those very soon, possibly this weekend.
Yeah, we do after shows after our sessions where we chat about stuff, and we're very goofy.
Yes.
And we
those will be on our YouTube, so look out for those.
And with that, thank you, everybody. Oh, one moment.
One moment.
Another one moment.
A Hatcher actor. 1 moment.
This is the gift for Deanna.
What's going on? Christian, what do you mean by that?
Oh! Another 5 gifted? Flock Obama coming in with the 10 total? There it is.
You.
Things are in
that was
motion.
wholesome as fuck.
Nice.
You're crazy. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Bad
you.
Love
That's
you guys.
so sweet. Much love to you. Love to you too, Mac and Flock Obama. Yeah.
And with that, I will
who
go
we
find.
raiding?
I don't know yet. I will find someone, and they'll be great.
Yeah.